KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside, the after party. But it's before. With Ethan and Alex on KSL News Radio.
Hey, welcome to KSL Brightside. I had my headphones on.
No, I know.
I didn't hear what you guys were talking about.
You know how we are. We try to find stories all the time. I just so happen to be like going, oh, did you see this? Like at
right then.
12:04:50, and Caitlin was like, we already have our show. So I said, I know, but I'm just saying, let's change everything right now.
Let's. Are you for real?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, not for the stream. We'll talk about whatever.
All right, that's fine. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
But you guys, check this out. So I was surprised to see a headline make it onto the rundown because I skipped it. I skipped over it. The headline is this.
Skipped it like you missed it?
No, I didn't read it. I saw it. It said this 42-mile scenic drive was just named the most beautiful road in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I'm not going to read this. It's some road in North Carolina. I don't care.
Right, but it was also and I chose to read the story, and so I was like, hey,
and it turns out that this 42-mile scenic drive now recognized as among the most beautiful drives in the country is actually the Mirror Lake Scenic Byway, which runs from to that town with the donuts and the gas station.
Camas?
Camas.
Yeah.
Up to Evanston.
Yeah.
Where people go to the horse races.
I will say it's a pretty stretch. And they have the fake nudist colony, the fake nudist camp signs that are up there like partway down the
canyon.
In
that little valley there. Yeah,
and my
canyon.
And my kids are always like, what? I'm like, you could look out the window as hard as you can. It's not a real sign. There's not a real nudist colony out there.
But it is a cool road. It basically runs from the donuts to the fireworks is basically what it is.
Oh, you know what? That sounds like a great song.
The donuts to fireworks.
From the donuts to the fireworks.
From the donuts
to the fireworks. You know what? That's a that actually should be your new T-shirt. If you're part of Utah Board of Tourism, you're welcome. First of all, from the donuts to the fireworks, because no, they probably don't want to pump Evanston's fireworks, as like a destination,
which is short-sighted of them, but
right. But we put but we advertise Phantom fireworks in Evanston
as if we don't
all
know.
Year round anyway.
As if we don't know about the fireworks already.
There's what out there? You can drive through and get fireworks?
What?
I know. It's like you might as well just say from the fireworks to the lottery tickets. Where it's like you go from Idaho all the way down through, and then you can get yourself some. You get some Powerball tickets, and then you get yourself. I will say it is very, very pretty. I think that there are stretches in the state of Utah, and look at that, Millard.
Yeah.
You know what? Put it down for.
It's pretty dang nice.
Places we need to do. Places we should take the show on the road.
It's pretty dang nice.
It is. It's very pretty. I think Alpine Loop is one of the most scenic, like in the fall, is one of the most scenic places I've ever been in my life. And I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, which is like full of grandeur, and so I'm trying to figure out other stretches of road that are super pretty. I think just even that stretch going up Big Cottonwood Canyon for when you get into it up to Brighton is
very nice.
Extremely pretty.
Here's the problem with the Alpine Loop, though, is the only person that enjoys the view are the passengers.
Yeah.
The drivers have to drive it.
Yeah.
You are not.
No, it's certain death if you're not.
You are not paying close attention otherwise.
Well, is that should that be a requisite for a pretty road?
No.
Well, I had to pay attention to the road, otherwise I would have been able to.
No. The scenery is always kind of more for the passenger, right? The road is for the driver. You want to have a good driving road.
We have other stretches of road that are famous because is it down at Goblin Valley where Forrest Gump ran? It's that whole
Monument Valley.
Monument Valley.
Yeah.
So there's that stretch, but that's like more movie famous. But it is also very striking when you see it.
So racing organization, FLBR Motorsports, are the ones who designated Utah's Mirror Lake Scenic Byway as the most beautiful drive in America. They told Travel and Leisure magazine, quote, "Its alpine lakes and mountain scenery appear to leave the strongest impression on travelers." So there you go.
They're not wrong. Here's the problem, though. You got to go through some dirty, gross stretches to get there.
That run from Highway 40 over to Camas is not amazing.
Yeah, but wait, Ethan, It's Hideout, Utah. It's where they used to hide out.
The outlaws hide out here. And you know what's amazing about Hideout?
Is that they're $2 million homes that are just on dirt?
Well,
sorry, I didn't want to say it like that, but there you go.
The amazing thing about Hideout is that there's nowhere to hide. It is a giant, just barren slope.
There might be some carved out rocks that you didn't necessarily see.
Here's how you hide in Hideout. You dig a hole and bury yourself. That's the only way to hide out.
Ethan, that's how they got you. The Hideout got you because you didn't see where they were. You
they won, I guess.
So yeah, but that's what I was going to say. But also, you realize how expensive that real estate is right there.
You know what we need to do? You and I need to write fake histories for these fake places. We
Legacy
should write
Crossing.
Legacy Crossing,
Yeah.
Pioneer Crossing.
Traverse Mountain.
Thanksgiving Point. Hideout, Utah. We should just write fake histories for these places. And so that people can have a real heritage. We're desperate for heritage.
What's funny is that you could make up fake histories, and they would never even challenge how funny the real histories are of places like Orderville, where the pants, where
the pants,
a shared pair of pants blew up what the city was founded on.
Yeah,
those are the kind of things. I think that there are family histories that are out there. My sister is as good of a family history person as I know. She's like basically a family history forensicist. Is that a word? Forensics expert. Mm-hmm. And it's actually hard having somebody who knows all the real stories of how places came to be.
Yeah.
Because the ones that we've been telling each other that were lies for years, that you were just passed down and you heard tale, everybody at some point thought that they were related to Alexander Hamilton. You're not. By the way, you're not. If you're listening to this and you go, I thought you were my fifth cousin. You're not.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest misnomer, the myths that people have of those things.
My favorite that I actually only learned about in this last year. Did anyone ever look up the history of Battle Creek down there?
In Michigan?
No, down there in Provo.
Oh, no.
There's a Battle Creek trail. I think it's Battle Creek.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to write this down because Ethan pretends like he doesn't want anything to do with Provo. So if he has some crazy deep family history in Provo, I'm going to make him own it.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove.
PG. All right.
It's an area called Battle Creek. There's Battle Creek Falls.
And
there's a trail there.
Those are cool names. But
they're amazing names.
Are they things that are...
They also invoke a moment in history that actually...
Nobody wants to remember?
Is not
you're
what
hoping to forget?
Is not what they claim it was. I'll let everyone Google that if they want to. I don't think that there's any need for us to go down that dark path.
So I was trying to look because I found 10 most scenic highways to take in Utah, which is just a separate thing. 9 Mile Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, those are your people.
I know where that is.
9 Mile Canyon.
Everybody said how ugly Price was in the comments. Everybody tripped over themselves to get to the comments of the prettiest and ugliest places in Utah. And my favorite thing is that Caitlin was in the comments being like, let me tell you something about Price.
So
I'm used to it.
9 Mile Canyon is a really, really beautiful canyon. It's unfortunate though about 9 Mile Canyon is that it connects the oil fields down to the interstate.
Yeah.
And so that's the only awkward thing about 9 Mile Canyon. It'd be a lot cooler if they didn't prioritize the oil fleet. But
it'd be a lot cooler if you did. Zion National Park roadways.
No.
Okay.
Those are not fun drives.
I agree they're not.
There are no national parks that are fun drives.
But those roads are red, Ethan. The roads are red. They are narrow. They are throttled. They're
pretty though.
Yeah, they're amazingly gorgeous.
Ethan just has beef with like the parking situation down at Zion. That's what your
and
deal
arches,
is.
all of them.
Yeah,
but they're pretty dry.
So we drove up through those tunnels out to the other side and then back. And I'm telling you, that was a stressful drive, man. That was not an amazing drive.
Bicentennial Highway through desert rock formations near Blanding, Utah. Blanding, by the way, getting a lot of votes for ugliest. The roads connecting Arches, Dead Horse, and Canyonlands. You guys are going to beat this whole list up, I guess. Dinosaur, Diamond, Prehistoric Park. I think they're just going with the Red Rock.
Yeah, there are some highways down there that aren't neat.
They're not getting anything up here this way.
I remember driving on one of those highways. This is years ago, and honestly, this place has probably been torn out and it was probably bought by a couple people and torn out. But we came around the corner and it was a desert canyon, right? Red rocks.
Uh-huh.
And then along the bottom because the canyon followed this, creek. Along the bottom was all of a sudden this orchard of peaches. And it was just so amazing and picturesque to have
cool.
this peach orchard.
Yeah.
It's almost certainly been torn out, but maybe it hasn't. I don't know. I haven't been back there since. In fact, I'm not even sure that I could find it again. But
I was just say one drive that you probably don't know. Well, you maybe know, but Skyline Drive is actually really pretty.
Where is that?
I don't know if it's called Skyline Drive, but
is
it's
that
Skyline.
the dirt road?
It's dirt road. It's in Huntington Canyon.
Oh,
it's like when you're driving over the peak.
We did a motorcycle ride
it's
through
really
like Torrey and what's that other one that's down there? Anyway, we ended up in Long Canyon. That was crazy on motorcycles because the canyons are so big. Highway 128, Moab to I-70, Mirror Lake Highway's on this one too. The Burr Trail Road, Dutch John through. Oh, the Alpine Loop is on here. So,
well, congratulations though to Mirror Lake Highway for being named the most beautiful drive in the country, and I have tired of this topic. Can I bring up something else?
Well, it's time to move on. So that's perfect.
We saw this interesting video. It's kind of gone viral. Do you want to just show the video?
Oh yeah.
Let's just show the video and.
Where did our monitor go, or was it never on?
It was on for a second. Hold on, I have to wait for an ad to place before I can.
We're gonna wait for an ad to play. So this is I'll give you a little bit of backstory here before we play the video. So this is a news anchor, morning news anchor named Dominique Dillon, and she realized that she fell asleep on air.
She realized it?
And this is, well, yeah, when she realized it when she was waking up.
Everybody else realized.
I'm ready.
The entire.
So here's what happened with her experience here.
Yeah.
465 miles in a matter of days.
That's right.
To make all of this happen.
Back to you, Dominique.
And she is out.
She's out. Look at her. Pause it right there. I wanted, you know what? Like that should be on a T-shirt. Because
it probably will.
I know she is in the.
It's
she is in the
she's
classic,
really pretty.
Yeah.
She looks like she's like a little
herself,
angel.
Right. She's framed herself with her hands.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I call that I tell my kids, I go, hey, if it's the falling asleep at church face. Where you put your hands in your face and you go,
Yeah, but I don't look nearly that good. No. So here's the thing, though. For the most part, you would think that people would be laughing at her, and I'm sure that there are some guys out there.
Or beating her up over it, yeah.
I'm sure there are some guys out there on the internet who are laughing and using this as proof of whatever they want to say about women or black people. But the real thing is that most people are coming to her defense and saying, you know what, this is a working mom.
Yeah,
she has a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old, and her shift starts at 4:30. That's when she goes on the air, which means she gets up at 1:30.
Which means that it's been a long day anyway. And kids, by the way, don't care about your overnight schedule either. Well, I will say that. I'm going to say let's give her kudos then. Let's make sure because you know what, her coworkers were really cool about it too. Like like they were like, "Oh man, that's a great story. It makes me want to take a nap." And so they're razzing her on the air over it, and I love that because that means they probably like her. You know what I mean? If somebody fell asleep and nobody liked her, you would see the video evidence, and they'd be like, it would be awkward, it'd be weird. You'd have to get a response from the station probably.
Yeah.
People like her, and this will probably make it to where people like her more because she's pretty relatable. Because I can't. Listen, there've been times I don't think I've been close to falling asleep on the air.
Mm-hmm.
I had a co-host one time who did, and it was not you. It was audible.
That's good to know.
It was not you, but it was semi-audible snoring
in the studio.
Yes, and it was kind of weird because then it was like. Yeah, anyway, so like I had to be like, and they popped right too, but it was the same thing where I was like, okay. Now here's the thing. We've got 7 kids in my house. I have more often than not our youngest girls. My youngest she likes me. My wife is like, oh, you love your dad, don't you? Your favorite person's here, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I got
Feels
one.
Good though, doesn't it?
I know, I got 1 out of the 7, okay? Everybody else goes to her side of the bed. This one, the 7th, comes to my side of the bed. She likes to hang out with me, okay?
Yeah.
And I get annoyed with it after some point because it's a lot and I haven't slept a ton. I would get beat up for this. You know what I mean? No one would go, oh, this dad of 7 with the 2-parent working home and they're both having like we get up at crazy early hours.
Yeah.
As evidenced by like when I'm sending you guys stuff at 6 a.m. And I'm not saying feel sorry for me. I'm saying I think that the reverse actually would happen. I would get no quarter on this.
It's because everyone knows the difference everyone knows how the experience is different for men and women, for working dads and working moms. It's a different experience. Moms carry a mental load that dads do not.
Yeah.
That is just the truth.
I do, though.
I mean, you could.
I do. My wife and I share the mental load that is absolutely wild right now. I'm not saying, look, when they're brand new, 8-month-old, different story.
I'll take your word for it. I also kind of doubt it. I kind of feel like
get Sister Kiri on the line here because she'll tell you, she'll be like, I don't know. Listen, there are not a lot of dads that are doing what I'm doing.
And you're remembering I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'll say right now I believe you because I do know your personality.
Yeah.
I do know your personality, and I know that you can think about a lot of those details. But I don't. My wife is more man-brained than I am in a lot of cases. I don't carry those details, and this is a point of contention for me in my marriages.
This is not me trying to say that I do more than my wife does at all. Not at all.
I know.
This is me saying like I'm also carrying some like I'm also tired. You know what I mean? Like I do the majority of the cooking in the home. I do a lot of but I do also the driving around like everybody else does. And again, I don't get the emotional toll that moms do because my kids don't ask me what they ask their mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My kids are not asking me to do what they are asking their mom to do. But it's some heavy lifting on both. And we've gotten to a spot where it's like you can't have 7 kids unless you're both doing insane heavy lifting all the time. All the time.
Yeah, I believe that. But I do think overall, even men who will participate a lot with the housework and things like that, they're still not carrying the mental load that moms are. And I think that's why people seeing her fall asleep versus people seeing you fall asleep on the air, they're going to react to her differently than you, only because you're a man. And I get it. That's unfair to have to fall victim to a stereotype. But it's people will see it like that. Also, you're not nearly as good looking as her. I mean, she was like a cherub.
I know. If I was like this, I would not get no, go back to me. Hold on. Let's go back to me. It would not work. It would not work. You're exactly right. So Ethan following the stereotypes. Plus, she's real
maybe
good.
I don't know.
Plus,
I
she's
almost
real good
feel
looking.
like
You're not.
I'm happy
this is TV. We're going to pretend.
I know.
I'm happy she's getting the reaction, but I could see this actually maybe like in the past going a different direction. People criticizing her more.
Especially
Well,
because she's working.
And
they'd
this
be
is
like, well, maybe you should stay at home. That's exactly
But
what
I
you were
like
saying
that
too,
she's
Ethan. Where
getting
like,
praised.
there's no way people are understanding it. You could have seen this go a different direction.
a different direction because one of the risks you run with being online is that you run intersecting with that core element of the terminally online, which introduces a lot of misogyny and racism. And this is where women like this are going to fall victim to that crowd, is because this is what they're into, you know. And I mean, and they've driven a big part of our public narrative, as to who should be allowed to participate in what activities, and it's lame. And then they're amazed they can't date. They can't get dates.
Well,
they're just so amazed.
Luckily, it seems like it's going in a more positive direction. I just thought about that.
I know.
I was
Ethan,
like, I don't know how this would have gone.
Ethan's brain can't go in a more positive direction.
No, I brought that up.
Oh,
that was me.
Here come the incels.
It's not. So the incels have always been, they've always had their problem corner. But we've covered we've talked about these articles of broad swaths of conservative men saying women don't want to date me, and I'm just pointing out that
I do love it. I love it.
You've got these really amazing opinions on the role of women in the economy, and are you surprised no one's calling you back? Are you surprised no one's interested in hearing about your manly opinions? I mean, are you surprised you're not dating?
Oh, I love it. Okay, Millard, I'm tired of this topic. Move on.
I hope she gets some sleep. She deserves it.
No, you know what?
It probably will end up on.
Okay, but
she laughed about it after.
All right, let me ask you this, because this is a. It just so happens to be a sleep topic. Were we talking about sleep in another thing earlier? Okay, but this came up out here. So college football teams are putting in. I watched a whole video. Sorry, this is a little bit of a of an audible here, football terminology. Caitlin, try to find I want to say that there is a massive amount of money being spent on sleep rooms, college football sleep room. So college football teams are spending tons of money to basically all this stuff is built for recruiting purposes. By the way, they'll be like, we got ourselves a PS5 room over here, we got a sandwich room, we got all this. It's all to try to lure people in. And lure people in. It makes it sound like they're trapping them. But they're trying to recruit, right? And they want to have that edge. And they go, yeah. And I watched a tour of a college football sleep room, and they had a cajillion of those massage chairs around. And depending on the program, they might have a bunch of them, and like those super expensive like full body ones. And we were talking about this and how I think a building like ours that is a 24/7 operation.
Yeah.
We could do well to have a sleep room in this place. Am I wrong? Or at least places where we could have...
They've done it in the past. So I happen to know that during the Olympics, they had areas designated. They had beds set
cots.
up for people who had to kind of stay for longer shifts or stayed over a multi-day period for whatever reason. In fact, there are a couple of showers downstairs.
Oh yeah, down in the what's now become a gym.
Well, there's the gym, but also there are showers. If you remember, aren't there showers
that's right. In the locker room,
the little
in that
break
locker
room?
Yeah. And I think that offices. There have been a couple times where I've taken a nap in this building, and it was always during football season, and it was always like get done with because I'd be working from 8 or 9 a.m. until 10 or 12 at midnight. And then we had to still get back to work and do some recording stuff, at 2, 3 in the morning. And so I would just stay here and I would just find a place, like around here, right? That was dark and quiet. And guess what? On the weekends when no one's around and it's in the middle of the night on a Saturday, there are a lot of rooms where you could just duck in and, old studios that don't have operating whatever. And you could just, but we had a colleague out here. We had a coworker out here for years who had a little cot under her desk. And she would just be like, and she was okay with just being like, boom, getting under the desk. I was like, I don't know how it would look for me to duck under the desk and to take a nap. But I think that the offices, and I know that it would be hard to manage, but I think that they should do well. Like,
I'm reading about the football ones. This is a few years ago, but it says LSU invested $28 million into locker rooms featuring zero gravity sleeping pods. That's one of the things that came up. It wasn't current. But
No. There's one, but there was one current from like a sleeper. Like they're just calling it a sleep room. But the LSU one was kind of the start of. And again, they did an insane locker room. It looks better than any NFL locker room that you've ever seen. But this is kind of the level that money has gotten to. And the whole thing is that they are prioritizing sleep. In their case, for their student athletes, and in the case for I think that workplaces having places to duck away and sleep should be a huge deal. It should be something that people invest more money in. But you're gonna get hit with lawsuits. I'm just telling you.
Can I bring up this dog?
All this kissing coworkers. Yeah, go ahead.
So there's a company called Kindred Companion Sciences, and they use CRISPR technology, which is the genetic editing. Technology.
It's not the place in the fridge where you put your veggies.
It's very similar. So they have created a dog that really is hypoallergenic. Now, we've tossed this idea around of hypoallergenic, this type of fur, that type of fur, but they're saying that this dog genetically lacks the protein that triggers the allergy. So it's not about the dander, it's not about the coat, it's not about any of that. They said that its skin and saliva lacks that protein that triggers the common dog allergies.
What kind of dog is it called?
It's a beagle, and his name is Bailey. So right now you can't just go to a dog store, pet store.
I think they call it a dog store.
And buy a dog like this. This is experimental. And so they haven't rolled this out for the general public yet, but they said they really do have it. They've created it. And in fact, the Associated Press interviewed a guy named Matt Walker.
They got to do it with a better breed.
Matt Walker is massively allergic to dogs, but he's always wanted a dog. And now he's the proud owner of Bailey, who is a beagle that can he can play with. It can lick his face. He can do all those other things.
So this is
interesting
interesting
does
for
not
us.
trigger his allergies at all.
This is interesting for us. You've heard the story for years of my oldest being massively allergic to dogs, and there is no version of a hypoallergenic dog in the world. Doesn't matter what people say. They were like hair versus fur versus whatever.
Apparently, this one is only by virtue of being genetically modified.
Right, because of the gene deleting. Right.
What do you think about this? You think this is a good idea?
This would solve a lot of issues for us in our house. Because my kids are constantly asking for a dog, and then I've got my oldest who's like annoyed because he's like, you guys are gonna like as soon as I move out, you're gonna get a dog. But then what does that mean? I can't move back here because you guys suddenly have dogs in the house, and then I can't.
And when I come to
sleep
visit,
at my own house.
It's terrible.
No, he's got look. The guy has an inhaler at the hip because of how much he reacts to other people's homes, their cats, their dog, their cars, whatever it might be. And the dude has been like socially. He's known how to deal with it for years, which is just like quietly being like,
nice dog.
And then leaving early from that party or going to this thing but like if he goes into a place, like if he goes into a basement, somebody has dogs and he's I can't tell you how many times there was a girl I think that he was interested in at one point, and like he was trying so desperately to like just stay hanging out, right? And like, and everybody was there and blah blah blah, and he's like, I had to leave, and he comes home and he like just because of how dumb we are as dudes, and we're like with trying to flirt with girls in high school, he stayed way too long, and it affected him for like 2 days. Like overnight he'll cough. There's no amount of inhaler that you can get. There's no amount of like medicines and things like that you could take to try to like alleviate this. It's just is what he's born with. This would interest me because it would be a peacemaking situation in our house. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm waiting for something like this to happen. I'm not talking to my dog. By the way, I've learned my lesson. I can't bring this up with my family.
No,
because if I do, they go, "Don't they have one of those dogs? Let's get one." It's like they are so far away. There's one that exists in the world.
I don't know that this is the smartest thing for us to do, though.
Start deleting genes. We've modified all these other dogs and all these other stupid things that make them tortured.
It's not that so much, but I don't know. We still kind of have a problem. We still have too many dogs, and too many people have dogs, and there are a lot of dogs that just have bad lives. A lot of the dogs are abused. A lot of dogs are ignored because dogs can be an impulse lifestyle buy that people aren't really ready for.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that ramping up the number of dogs and dog options is, I don't know, is that necessarily the best thing? Because then we're just right back where we've kind of always been, and that is, I don't know.
I couldn't believe how, when Bob Barker would just say,
spay and neuter your
have
dogs.
your pet spayed or neutered. Bye-bye, everybody. And we always thought it was funny because we heard the word neuter and you thought it was funny. It took me going to a third world country to go, oh man, other countries have dogs they have dog issues. Like all running around, like shaking from the mange, and like, and staring you down and ticks all over their face. And there are hundreds of them and they don't have homes. They're just there in the street.
Yeah.
And they're just, and they are uncontrollably breeding. And you go, oh, we think we have a lot of dogs where we live here in the United States, and then we have like a dog problem, so to speak, that we just have dogs and people get them and they can't take care of them. And other countries have it way, way, way worse. However, we do this with chickens and ducks during the spring.
Yes.
At the local, the
IFA or whatever.
Sure, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's duck season." My family doesn't need a duck. Has nowhere to put a duck.
There's nothing cuter than a baby chick on Easter morning for your kids. Nothing cuter. But then what?
Then what? Because chickens are disgusting, and Fruit Heights City, not allowed to have them.
Really? You're not allowed to have chicken coops?
Yeah, I can't. I'm so glad that I can lean on that.
My parents have chickens.
I'm sure they do. Most cities have like the ordinances where you can keep them and whatever. Fruit Heights is like, no can do. And I'm always like, shoot, Cooper's allergic to dogs and we can't have chickens. So I'm not going to do a chicken coop and we're not going to have dogs.
You know what the problem is with chickens in Salt Lake?
They get eaten by raccoons.
Raccoons are a big problem. Raccoons come around. They come around. But it's been really good for my parents' garden because the chickens get out there and the chickens will forage just all day.
They eat everything.
And they'll eat the bugs and they'll, and they'll fertilize the soil, and they're good for gardens, Get a good organic garden going with your and then when they're if they're foraging and they're getting a lot of protein from bugs, it's good eggs.
This sounds disgusting, all of it.
It's just nature. It's just biology.
Hey, you want to come on down to the Miller Family Garden? We've had the chickens have just been pooping like crazy in the garden.
All over the place.
It's going to be great.
So there you go. Genetically modified beagles.
Beagles are a historically kind of wild, not wild. They are they're not chill as a breed. So I know it varies dog to dog, but I've noticed get a more chill breed and then let's figure it out.
I've got another video that I want to show.
Oh, what do you got?
Do we have that video of the guy counting his popcorn chicken?
Yeah, I'm going to start it when he starts counting. That's
okay.
What
So
I
this
have
guy,
here.
his name's Atticus. He goes to KFC, orders a 50-piece popcorn chicken, and then he's all, "I'm counting this."
Oh, okay. I will say. Oh yeah, here we go.
You ready?
Yeah,
You want me to go?
absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope there's 50 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't look like 50. And you might have been wondering why I was upset, because it doesn't look like 50. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh, yeah, it doesn't
13,
look like 50
14,
for sure.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. KFC? KFC. This does
Wow.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
You're short 15.
Yeah.
KFC. And that's why I bought extra, because I don't trust you guys. I don't trust anybody, because this is what people
So
do.
why did he
They
buy
scam.
more?
So if you were going to KFC and you were depending on 50, don't depend on it, because you can't trust them. You think this funny, KFC? You think you did something?
Yeah,
I don't think it's funny to scam your customers.
Boys, this is really serious about this.
I got the 50.
Well, he
popcorn.
did
I
this
think
whole thing.
it's-
He's like, I read the article too, and he was like, I couldn't sleep that night, and I was like, wait, hold on.
That's a little much. But I kind of.
I don't like getting scammed.
It makes
KFC.
me mad too.
KFC responded, and they said 35 is definitely not
50. It's a great
50.
point.
And then they said, hey, we want to make this right. So they admitted it. They said, we want to make this right, and DM us. And so apparently they're sorting something out to get him the other 15.
Hopefully he gets a lifetime supply.
I hope he gets I hope he gets an envelope of 15.
He should not be allowed to swap 15 missing nuggets for a lifetime
or
supply.
he's got a new brand deal.
Yeah, maybe.
This guy, he was so upset by the entire thing that you're like, how does he feel about actual oppression? You know what I mean? Like,
Listen though, but can't you just relate to like when you go and get something and you get home and your order isn't wrong?
Let me tell you how this works with a bunch of kids. I rely on the 50 being 50 so I can split it up.
Exactly.
So that part you go, oh boy.
Popcorn chicken.
I want to know, does the KFC worker have to count? Like, or is there like a scoop?
There's got to be a scoop.
Or is it weight? Like, that's just 50?
There's got to be a scoop. It's like roughly 50 if you do 2 big scoops. The idea that they're scooping it in there and that somebody along the way, while it was going on its way, on the 17 feet on the way to the bag, that people took handfuls on the way in, or that they're like, dude, if we short everybody 15 by the end of the night, we'll be able to sell these on Facebook Marketplace.
I'm not sure where this guy's going.
I don't know either. He was so aggressively mad about it.
He ordered 50 plus another container.
I knew it was going to be short.
Because he didn't trust them. What's he doing there in the first place?
This is journalism, is what he's doing.
That is not true. Nellie Bly over here.
So I would understand
exposing the injustices.
I would understand this. If he bought the 50 nuggets, took it home, he's like, this feels light, counted them, okay. But he said he knew in advance it was going to feel light, and so he bought more than he needed to because he knew in advance it was going to be light. Why didn't he just at the store say,
that's a good point. You
guys, I don't think there's 50 in here. Will you please top this off?
That's a good point.
Instead, he looked at the problem in the face, paid more basically to cover up their mistake in his diet.
Well, because
and
it was like he was ready to.
He
was ready to. Yes, he was ready to make.
But why did he order the extra?
Because he probably needs to feed 50 things, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why.
It did sound like
He
a call
didn't
center in
explain.
the background. Maybe he is trying to feed all of his coworkers.
Well,
But he did it to prove a point on social
Well,
media.
Atticus responded to KFC in a video. He says, "Thank you for apologizing, but I don't forgive you."
No, he didn't.
This guy.
No, he didn't.
If you really wanted to make it right, you would have DM'd me. You wouldn't ask me to DM you.
Is that being serious? This is a guy.
Well, that's a little bit.
The level of wanting free stuff is pretty intense.
Maybe that's the goal. But anyways, I just think that the
It's-
part of it that's relatable is not getting what she ordered.
It's
'Cause that's-
unclear. It's unclear whether KFC and the content creator have resolved the issue. They haven't resolved the issue. There's number one. There's nothing to resolve.
And the
number
guy
two,
will never
he'll
let you
never
resolve
let
it.
it go.
Yeah, he'll never
If he's
let
not
you do
willing
it.
to take an apology and 15 more nuggets, then
I do hope they send him an envelope with nuggets. And I hope
Maybe
the
we
KFC
should test ourselves.
I hope the KFC doesn't go, "Hey, listen, I hope they don't go, "Oh, we're going to give you a full year of and just popcorn. You'll be our popcorn spokesperson." Like, I don't hope they don't overdo it. Like, for the sake of this guy, because I don't want to reward this kind of behavior, because I don't want people to do this whole thing. Because this could all, by the way, just be made up. He could have made it all up.
can I share?
And the part that felt like a lie to me, Ethan, was the part exactly what you pointed out, where he's like, "So I bought more. I pre-bought more, knowing they'd be light on it." It's like, wait, what?
Because if I can't have 50 popcorn chicken, I will die.
But did he tell the worker? And I'm ordering this extra 25 because I know that you guys aren't going to put 50 in there.
Can I share a
Yeah. What do you have?
KFC story with you?
Oh yeah.
So think about Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
What is the worst part of every Thanksgiving dinner?
The turkey.
The turkey. It is the most beautiful, fragrant, and terrible part of every Thanksgiving.
I know. And before people start going, "Not my uncle, he fries it really good."
Good for him.
I get it. But most of the time, turkey can be gross and bland and
A couple of years ago,
be underwhelming.
we had to host Thanksgiving for a number of people.
Yes.
It's fine. I'm driving past KFC there
Mm-hmm.
by my house,
Yes.
and there's a sign out that says, pre-order your Thanksgiving turkey.
Which I would have never thought, by the way, I know that KFC, it sounds right because it's poultry, but that doesn't seem like something that they've done in the past.
So you can imagine how much turkey I've had in my life. I'm nearing 50 years old. I'm
Yeah.
almost half a century old.
Thousands of pounds.
I have seen turkey,
Mhm.
and I have seen Thanksgiving, and this is the best turkey we've ever had.
Hold on,
KFC
not at KFC.
nailed it.
Now, hold on. Is it the KFC?
Nailed it.
So it's the KFC. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
Cajun spiced and deep fried.
KFC.
Whole turkey. And then you show up on Thanksgiving morning. You set a time, right? You show up on Thanksgiving morning. They hand you a bag. If you want, you can order up all the sides. But
Is it big?
It's
Like, is the turkey big?
well, I mean, it's
Because you know how those
many
Thanksgiving turkeys. Yeah. Because the Thanksgiving turkey, that sounds great, but I want to make sure that we have the 23 people that are going to be eating it, that we can get there.
okay. So this is not. So
You're
part
buying
of this
two
is
or three.
You're
It's
buying
not cheap.
But Alex, you don't want one giant turkey anyway. So if you're feeding 1 million people, you don't want to get the biggest turkey because the biggest turkey is going to take the longest to cook and it's going to dry out the
No,
most.
I get it.
So you want the smaller turkeys. I don't remember this being particularly small or large.
Well, I'll
it
tell you.
was a turkey.
Oh, hold on a minute. See, I found a story from 2023. Does that sound about right? You said a couple years ago.
Yeah, probably.
KFC is now offering convenient, ready-to-serve meals that are perfect for Thanksgiving, including a Cajun deep-fried turkey
Yeah,
at select locations across California, Colorado, and Utah.
you should do it, dude.
Dude, they only did it this
Yeah,
one year, I
wonder
think,
if
from
it's
what
still
I'm
a thing.
finding.
We'll have to
Did
keep,
they not do it
keep
anymore?
an eye on
I
it.
think you basically snuck into you snuck into a test market situation. Did you just see that? Did you just hear that?
Well,
they only
then-
did it in California, Colorado, and Utah.
Then I'm just going to stop doing Thanksgiving because I never have fun.
Weighing between 14 and 16 pounds, serving 12 people. Yeah, and they nailed it. They
So
said
you
that
can
it's
get
available
bigger
on its
turkeys
own.
and smaller turkeys. That's
Available on its own for, does this sound right? $70.
Yeah.
$69.99.
I'm seeing something about this happening in 2025, so maybe it is something that's still coming.
I hope
back.
they kept it because
I'm
they did.
only like skimming articles. So
They
I
said
need
they
to
tried
look
it in
more.
Utah. They tried it in California, Colorado, and Utah.
So do you have a KFC at Fruit Heights or are you only a bedroom community?
They've shut down. I told you that like Burger King gone. Now that was Farmington. No KFC, but we did put in a dumb Jack in the Box. See, and no one goes to it, by the way. No one goes to it.
Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
There's a KFC
Fruit Heights,
no, it is. It's in
Utah.
Layton. I know it's in Layton. It's about a 10-minute drive away.
There's one in
Yeah,
Price.
it's in Layton. There's one in Layton. There's one in Bountiful.
Is there one in East Carbon?
No, there's
no,
nothing
absolutely
in
not.
East
There's
Carbon.
not. Yeah, there's one in Layton. But I'm gonna look now because
You should. And you know what? So who usually cooks the turkey?
my in-laws. If
Tell
we're
them
at
not
the
to
in-laws.
bother. Tell them not to bother.
Well,
Now-
if this is still a thing, but maybe.
It is. It might be. I will tell you though, we've also done the thing too where we've started our family planning for like holidays now, where we go, let's just be gone for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
You know, I've got a friend.
we're starting to go down that route. You know
I've
what
got
I mean?
a friend who leaves
I hate to break it to anybody, but
like around December 18th
it never comes back.
and then shows up first week of January. And that
Are you
is
jealous
an
of him?
aspiration for me.
I was gonna say.
just-
I was wondering if you were jealous, or if you're gonna be like, I think that's disrespectful.
Oh my gosh. No, I just would love that so much.
I know.
I just,
Because you avoid a lot of heartache. You avoid a lot of heartache.
we want to see you at Christmas. Cool. Come to the Bahamas.
I'd love to.
I'll be there.
I'd love to, but we're gonna be in sunny Dublin.
I'll give you the address of the hotel. Stop by anytime.
We'd love to host you. Oh, you can't get out there? Oh, shoot. Then the one year they call your bluff and they visit you in Outer Banks, North Carolina, and you're like, shoot. Got us. All right. Ethan, we got to take the long break here. I'm interested in this, though. I'm interested.
You
in
should
this.
be.
Yeah. I want to look into this. We've got to take the break here where we walk downstairs. The Walk of Shame. KSL Brightside, all the way downstairs from this studio to the KSL News Radio Master Control, where we are going to run the rest of our program here. If you're on the stream, keep joining us. Keep your text rolling in. Keep your comments. 57500 is the text line. You can weigh in on the program. For Caitlin, for Ethan, I'm Alex. We'll see you downstairs for KSL Brightside.
that way, and it still may be done that way. But for now, we will hand carry this over to the Attorney General.
There's new pressure on Republican Congressman Max Miller of Ohio. The state's other Republican Senator, John Husted, said he believes dropping out would be in the best interest of Miller's family. Miller has been involved in a custody dispute with his ex-wife, the daughter of Ohio's Republican Senator Bernie Moreno. Health officials in Michigan say people in the state can resume their regular lettuce eating habits because cyclosporiasis cases are declining. Michigan saw the bulk of the nationwide uptick in the parasitic illness. This is ABC News.
Time now for the KSL In-Depth. The school year might look a little different this year. AI is here to stay, and Utah K-12 schools are working on incorporating it into the curriculum. Matt Winters is the AI specialist with Utah State Board of Education, and he tells Inside Sources that there is a variety of tools available for schools, including an AI framework for teachers who choose to use it.
We have a lot of really savvy educational leaders here in the state of Utah that are doing some really great work around it. We also created a project called a Portrait of an AI-infused learner and Portrait of an AI-infused teacher, just to help us understand what are the knowledge, skills, and dispositions that a teacher or student may need to survive and thrive in this world of AI, which is a new technology. And that's one of the things that I think is so important for your listeners to think about and parents to think about is AI isn't just generative AI. There's a massive amount of technologies behind this, and they've been around for over 50 years in our lives. And so when we talk about what AI systems are, we have to be really careful about what kind of AI we're talking about and what kinds of AI are useful for students and can help students learn and engage versus and tried and true systems like language translation or grammar checks and spell checks or machine learning to help with sorting answers from a student test and things like that.
Interesting.
Those are all AI systems, but now we have this new thing called generative AI that can write, can create images and videos and things like that, and it provides a whole new nest of amazing things we can do, but also a whole set of challenges that we're working through.
Winter says that generative AI is still in its infancy, so learning where to use it and where not to will take some time.
I think about every day, what's the difference between a commercially viable generative AI tool versus something that we're working with in education. That's something that the field is really pushing on right now. There is a very big difference. They may have the same name generally, like you might have Google Gemini, and then you might have Google Gemini for education. They sound exactly the same on the surface, but the models may be tuned differently and thought differently and interact with end users differently. And so when we think about where the field's at in terms of this, a lot of educational leaders, not just here in Utah, the United States, but globally, are trying to think through, okay, what's the research saying? And right now that body of research is growing, but it's not where we would say for like literacy or mathematics instruction. So it's going to take time because, again, 3.5 years.
Winter says that we have to be really careful when dealing with our students because they are the future. Now, you can tune in to Inside Sources 10:35 tomorrow morning for more back-to-school special coverage. Traffic and weather together. It's brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Ricky?
We've had some heavy and slow traffic in Davis County, southbound I-15 in Centerville, approaching and passing Parish Lane. It's finally starting to ease. Not really sure what was causing it. And then northbound I-15, that's also been a little busy and slow. You're moving, just not at the posted limit in Farmington from the Highway 89 split past Lagoon on the way to Kaysville. All of your Salt Lake County freeways, no accidents, no delays. At UTA, it's never just a ride from point A to point B. We move independence. We move purpose. We move memories. We move what matters, you. Plan your trip at rideuta.com. From the KSL Traffic Center, I'm Ricky Meese.
KSL 7-day forecast starts out hot with triple digits, then cools to the 90s. I've got 100 degrees today, mostly sunny, smoky. Keeping it smoky, but maybe less in the way of concentrations tomorrow, 103. By Sunday, partly cloudy, 102. 100 degrees and partly cloudy on Sunday. Cooler air on Monday, 98, partly cloudy, mountain storms possible. 96, partly cloudy on Tuesday. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, 94, and a slight chance for storms. From the KSL Weather Center, I'm Matt Johnson.
93 degrees downtown. 7-day forecast brought to you by Performance Automotive Bountiful.
Hi, this is Doug Wright. I'm here with Monty from Connecticut Quality Water Systems of Salt Lake, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. And I was thinking the other day, Monty, that every water softener I've ever seen has a giant tank that holds bags and bags of water softener salt. Well, except one, the one I have in my home. And I picture this, my Connecticut has the little salt tank about the size of a paper shredder or a small trash can.
Well, Doug, that's because the Connecticut water softeners use so much less salt, an average of 70% less than other water softeners. So you don't need a tank that holds 6 or 8 bags of salt.
I love the fact that it's so easy to fill because I don't have to lift those bags up so high, and it seems like those bags of salt, well, they're getting heavier every year.
Yes, it does. When you're using 1 bag of salt for every 3 a regular water softener uses, there's no need for a large salt tank.
Tired of lifting those heavy salt bags to fill your giant water softener salt tank? Go to softwaterutah.com. That's softwaterutah.com.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house, whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed. Call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
KSL News Time 12:54. Did you see the cool video of the upper stage of a SpaceX rocket crashing into the moon? Well, it was totally fake.
The impact did occur. An 11-year-old rocket left over from a 2015 mission hit the lunar surface this week after being pushed there by solar activity and gravity. Elon Musk reposted what he said was a clip of that on his social media site X, and it was viewed over 5 million times. However, he followed up 40 minutes later by posting the video was AI generated. That post was only viewed 600,000 times. The original video was made by a far-right media company, which also admitted, but not until later, that the post wasn't real. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Watching Utah's money exercise bike company Peloton has posted a full year of profit for the first time ever, but says that likely won't last long. They say the price of equipment and subscription plans continue to rise, and sales are expected to fall. A standard Peloton bike goes for about $1,600. Meta is the latest company to report that their AI model was able to connect to the internet and hack into another organization's systems. Now, the third model is to do so in less than a month. Just in the last few weeks, OpenAI and Anthropic both announced that their models had compromised another company's system during testing. Taking a look at your money at this moment, the Dow is down by 406 points. All the markets or the indices in negative territory now. S&P 500 down by 11 and the NASDAQ down by 24 points.
One Kind Act a Day is a program from the Semnani Family Foundation. One Kind Act a Day seeks to create kinder communities by inspiring daily acts of deliberate kindness. Their work includes programs in schools, businesses, communities, faith groups, and prisons where they help enhance the culture of kindness and increase a sense of community. The world always needs more kindness. No matter what our background or beliefs are, kindness towards others and ourselves is something that everyone can get behind. Kindness can be big or small, but the ripple effect can reach out in ways that we don't even realize. Wouldn't life be better if we were all a little more kind? You can do your part by starting today. All it takes is one kind act a day. Find out more and take the pledge of kindness at thepowerofkind.org. That's thepowerofkind.org.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contests.
So, you want to be a hero. Here are some ways to get the job. Hunt down that killer shark. Or run into a burning house to save a kitten. Luckily, there's an easier way to become a hero. Call 911 if you see someone experiencing the symptoms of stroke, sudden weakness on one side, or trouble speaking, walking, or seeing. Stroke. Know the signs. Act in time. You'll be a real hero. A message from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, and I'd like to tell you about my podcast, the KSL News Daily. Every weekday morning, we'll deliver one story explored in depth, plus the 3 things you need to know before your day begins.
But this is new. This is where we human beings are able to trick AI.
This is news with context from the journalists you trust.
Agencies were less than willing to speak with us about this.
Find and follow the KSL News Daily at kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen. Traffic and weather together. It's brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. And here's Ricky Meese.
We have traffic that's bunched up and slow on northbound I-15 approaching 1300 South. Essentially, it stretches from 2100 South to the 6 South exit. Not really sure what's going on. It'll probably clear out any moment now, but just expect a slightly reduced speed in that spot. Attention property managers, customers, judge your property and the time it takes to park. Don't fail that test. Call GoPave Utah. Seal coating, crack sealing, striping, patching all across the Wasatch Front. Visit GoPaveUtah.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
And taking a look at the forecast for the Wasatch Front, yes, we are back up into the triple digits. Today's high 100, 103 for a high tomorrow. Saturday, looks like Saturday also at 102 degrees and a very slight chance of showers, and that not coming our way until Sunday. 93 degrees downtown.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 1 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. We'll look at our top stories this hour. Utah Governor Spencer Cox and U.S. Forest Service Chief Tom Schultz have now signed an $18 million funding agreement to help Beaver County recover from the devastating Cottonwood fire. This comes as they tour some of Utah's hardest hit areas this wildfire season today, and they're trying to understand the most urgent needs in the fire response and recovery. They've also joined local leaders in Kanosh for a briefing on the Widemouth 2 fire, which has burned about 97,000 acres and is just 10% contained. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. The Senate Homeland Security Committee voted today to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. This comes after his refusal to answer questions about his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The vote passed along party lines after Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination more than 100 times when he testified before the committee last week about his role leading the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We are voting on whether a witness who has received the benefit of a sweeping federal pardon can be ordered by this committee to answer questions and then defy that order without consequence.
Democrats attempted to table the vote several times, but were unsuccessful. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
And more than 20
right now,
Republicans
talking about the Cottonwood fire. Let's take a listen into the governor's comments.
I want again to the communities of Kanosh and Meadow, Fillmore, to our Native American friends. We're here not just now, but when everybody's home resting and have forgotten about you, we will not have forgotten about you. Okay, that's my promise to you. We want to think outside the box. Jamie and I are communicating. We haven't even said any words yet, but we looked at each other and we both had the same thought, and we know what we need to do. We want to start that process before the fire's out. Mother Nature doesn't care about our time frames. So we can be fighting a fire 1 minute and fighting a flood the next minute. We have to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. I tell people, it's like imagine running the 50-yard dash and then running the 100-meter dash and then running the mile, and then you have to run the 2 mile, and then you run a 5K, and then you run a 10K, and then you run a marathon, all right? And you do all that at the same time. Like that's what we're asking. I hear it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I'm like, no, it's a sprint and it's a marathon. We're sprinting and we're marathoning and we're doing all of those things, and this is a years-long process, and we're going to continue to work with you. We're learning from each other. My favorite county in Utah is the one that's dealing with tragedy right now. I thought Beaver was my favorite county for a long time, you guys. And because of the way they come together, because their rivals' football team showed up, Kanab came to help them with to muck out houses, right? Those Delta Rabbits. By the way, I don't like the Delta Rabbits either, nor Stampede. They're one of our rivals, but that's what we do, and so yeah, Miller, you got my heart, and you got all of our efforts. So thank you for what you're doing. We're going to get this. We're going to get around it. The West Side. That's our first priority: protecting your towns, your cities, and now we're moving to the other priorities. So I'll stop talking and turn the mic over to the expert who can tell us what's going on and how we're going to get this thing out.
Great, thank you very much, Governor. Okay, again, for those who don't know me, my name is Tony Masters. I'm here as the incident commander here in Widemouth number 2. I represent Great Basin Team 2. So what I'd like to do is just give a real brief oversight on where we're going.
You've been listening to Utah Governor Spencer Cox speaking down in Millard County as officials down there giving an update on the Widemouth 2 fire. Let's get a quick look at traffic and weather together, which is brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
If you're traveling northbound I-15 in Salt Lake County, we've had traffic that's been bunched up between 2100 South and about 1300 South. It's starting to thin out just a bit, not completely clear. You're moving, you're just not moving at the speed limit, and that's the only spot of problems that we have on the Valley freeways at this time. The Good Feet store, supporting you with comfort no matter what the day brings. Find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Oh, we're turning up the heat now. Look for a high of 100 degrees today. Overnight lows in the 60s. Getting up to 103 tomorrow. That should be the hottest day of the week. Not getting much cooler on Saturday. Projected high of 102. Right now it is 93 degrees with sunny skies in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Is this what they mean by getting the band back together again?
And Alex Keary.
Yeah, except this one is a reunion tour nobody asked for.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Keary on this Thursday afternoon. Smoky Thursday afternoon. I couldn't believe it. I was coming up from the south end of the valley, coming here to meet up with you, and I couldn't see downtown. It was crazy. Just coming up through. I was just kind of down, in the Sandy area, and usually you can see all the way up. Not today.
Yeah, it was.
It made for kind of a dramatic morning as the sun kind of came over the mountains. That's kind of cool because you get the sun streaming at that angle through the smoke. That's kind of cool.
I kind of like it because I stared right at the sun for 14 minutes straight today.
And then I didn't even have to all the particulates.
And then I didn't even have to have sunglasses on. Not recommended, by the way.
Alex, let's jump into the three things.
All right. It is the top of the program, and that, of course, means we've got some stuff to get to. And that, of course, means the first thing we do is the first three things. Let's do it.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The Three Things.
All right, the first thing, he's alive. What? Senator Mitch McConnell said that he is back home after being in a rehabilitation center. Here's his statement, quote, "Earlier today, I was discharged from the rehabilitation center to continue my recovery at home. Elaine and I are grateful for the
McConnell was actually alive or not during the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a very weird thing, and they still are going.
That's
going
to continue.
Prove it. Oh yeah,
that's going to continue because all they've said now is that they've moved his body from the rehab from the hospital to his house.
Have you seen the memes of people acting like they're his staff? They'd be like, "Oh, you just missed him." It's like you just missed him. Do you want me to answer a couple questions here? Yeah.
All right. Next up, a historic day today. The Utah Department of Transportation said they launched their U-Fly initiative with the first demonstration of flight of a hybrid electric aircraft in Utah. So
nice.
Utah is part of a partnership through the Department of Transportation and the FAA for the Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Pilot Program, eVTOL. And that is those they're basically, I mean, if I can simplify this, and I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome, and I think we should go headlong into this technology. It is basically the quadcopters that'll carry you to work. Is basically what that is. Those quadcopter drones.
The like a big Amazon drone,
which we could see coming from a mile away. As soon as those things showed up, we were like, "Could you build one big enough to get me to work?"
Right. Here's the thing: is we've been working on the dumbest versions of human. What were always the versions that you and I saw growing up?
The flying cars. Oh yeah,
it was just a car with a propeller on the top,
and these giant crappy wings that had to fold back. Yeah.
And it was always that. And the reality is the solution was staring us in the face, and it's likely going to be the one that actually works. I mean, we're having drones participate in heavy warfare, Ethan. You don't think we could figure out how to get them to be like, I just need to go to downtown Salt Lake, and do it well?
You know what they could do? You know what they need to do? They need to reestablish the helicopter pad here at the on the roof of the broadcast house, which I'm telling you used to be up there. No one believes me, but there was a time when Chopper 5 landed on the roof of this building. I'm telling you,
the helicopter pad on top of KSL Broadcast House is like Ethan's Mitch McConnell. You know what I mean? We don't know if it's actually alive still.
Well, the partner,
it's probably in a terrible state. But we have no one is allowed to set eyes on it up there. No one's allowed up on the roof anymore.
This historic flight was flown by Ampere, which developed and manufactured a hybrid electric aircraft named EEL, and it flew between Salt Lake City International Airport and Cedar City Regional Airport. And UDOT saying that's a big milestone. So I think this is cool. I would love nothing more than to start seeing those big quadcopters zooming around up above
I'm
traffic.
all for it.
I
If
think
we
it's
can,
cool.
Here's the thing: is like, I was rear-ended on the freeway last year, going 0, and the car was going 50 or 60 that hit me.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, we will argue all day long about the safety of, but we all drive this road. We all drive I-15. We all drive all the interstates here during rush hour, in this state. And we're willing to deal with all of the rampage and all of the collateral damage that is just like, hey, that's the commute, and we just go, that's fine, that's commute. And I'm not saying like, hey, a couple people will die here and there. What I'm saying is that this will benefit everybody.
Yeah.
If we can and frankly, it'll be one of the big movements in the direction of looking like a actual futuristic society. Ethan, what did we picture when we were kids growing up?
Flying cars.
You had to have
all day.
That's how
Jetpacks.
we were all the Jetsons. You know what I mean? And so, like, I love the idea of this thing working, and it would, frankly, that would be the best solution to our traffic situation as it is anyway, because you would still probably be like, I can't take the drone. I can't take that community drone today, but I will. But I'm going to drive, and there'll be fewer people on the road. Maybe we fooled ourselves into thinking that with like Front Runner and stuff like that sometimes too. But
could you imagine a service kind of like Uber? And you order up one of those drones, it lands in the street in front of your house.
The sound.
And then you get on it, and it takes you, automated, no pilot, flies you out to the
But here's
airport.
the thing is that at what point would you feel comfortable doing it? You know what I mean? Like, at what point would you feel, because there has to be a moment where you go, I'm okay with this. And I trust this technology.
It's going to take a little bit, but we're to the point where I trust autonomous vehicles driving with me in it.
Have you done the Waymo? Have you done the Waymo yet?
I haven't done the Waymo, but I've done the autonomous driving in the Tesla.
Yeah.
And so,
but there's always somebody sitting in the spot, though. Have you done anything where no one is sitting in that seat? And is driving autonomous?
Not yet. But I'd like to. I'd like to try it.
That's going to be a different level of heart palpitation.
It is going to be a different level, but I'm already ready to do it, and that's only been in like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That we've gone from this is never going to work to hey, it's working. So, I could probably get on board pretty quick.
I would, but I also wonder how it would, like, from a logistics standpoint, how it would work and how big these things are. Because when we have, for some reason, like, I mean, we're kind of right between 89 and I-15 where we live, kind of sandwiched right there in Fruit Heights, and so we get a lot of like the corridor travel of like medical helicopters and things like that.
Yeah.
They're kind of going right over the top of our house, and I think to myself, how crowded is it going to get up there? And the crowding up there in the airspace is obviously something that gets a little bit nerve-wracking for the actual airports that are on, because Bountiful's got a little private airport. And so that's the only thing I wonder is like how much traffic in the air is going to be a problem.
It's got to be automated. This is where I think you can't do this with pilots. I think you got to have it automated.
AI, you and just your AI solutions.
Hey, AI is more than just writing emails for you. There's all kinds of things you can do.
Hey, put it on a T-shirt, everybody.
All right.
Ethan found out AI does other stuff.
So this is our third thing, and this one really is just a terrible, terrible tragedy. This is down in Syracuse yesterday afternoon. Two 13-year-old girls were riding on an electric scooter together. They were riding on a single electric scooter, and they were crashed into by a pickup truck that was towing a trailer. And, boy, it killed both girls.
Yeah.
And this is just...
That is a heart-wrenching for
oh
the
my
families.
Gosh. I can't imagine.
For the community, it is eye-opening. I don't know the circumstances, but I think we all know that the rise of the use of electric scooters in the streets is it's concerning for everybody.
Yeah.
And how it went down, I don't know, like I said, but there certainly is an increased traffic of the electric scooters, the electric bikes, the electric pedal bikes, all of those things that are now on the roadways, and they're being ridden around, however you want to say it.
Yeah. It's
by people sometimes. I don't know if these girls were wearing helmets or not.
There's a lot we don't know.
I'm sure that'll come into account. But regardless, it's hard because I mean I've got kids this age. I've got a girl this age, and guess what? She's the kind of person that rides around with her friends. If they had access to like really fast electric bikes at my house, which we do not, they probably would be riding them around. Because I know my son and his friends and my other son and their friends, they've been doing it for a lot of. I mean, they do this a lot. So we don't have those. We don't have those Surons or the big fast electric bikes. I
you know exactly where in the street these girls were hit. We'll learn more about this. But I saw in my neighborhood a kid on an electric motorcycle, probably 12-year-old kid, pulled up and he stopped at the stop sign, and then when it was his turn, he popped a wheelie through the intersection. And good for him for stopping at the stop sign. But we have started to kind of turn a blind eye to these kids riding these on the roads because they are fast enough to go the speed limit. They're fast enough to kind of go along. The thing that we forget is that you and I have licenses to drive on the road. We had to go through this process of learning how the roads work and being old enough. That's what's in my mind.
Right.
We got too many kids on the roads, and they are not licensed for it. They're not licensed for it.
All right, let's take a break here. We'll come back. We've got more around the corner. Interestingly enough, right now, Europe going through this heat wave. Thank heavens other parts of the world, Ethan, are going through heat waves. Take a little bit of pressure off of us. It's not just, hey, and you know what? This Great Salt Lake hitting record low levels. So is the Danube River, only they got way more interesting stuff that's popping up. The things that people are finding in the river right now and what have become now the hottest tourist destinations for locals right there along the Danube River in Europe. That's all coming up next. Stay right here. More to go. It is KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Chaleos, and I'd like to tell you about my podcast, the KSL News Daily. Every weekday morning, we'll deliver one story explored in depth, plus the 3 things you need to know before your day begins.
But this is new. This is where we human beings are able to trick AI.
This is news with context from the journalists you trust.
Agencies were less than willing to speak with us about this.
Find and follow the KSL News Daily at kslpodcast.com or wherever you listen.
Picture this. You pull into your driveway, and for the first time in a long time, you will love what you see. Beautiful new siding, bright, energy-efficient windows, gutters that protect your home year-round, and a deck that makes the backyard feel brand new. Not someday, not after one more year. With RGS Exteriors, the home you've been wanting can start today.
Hi, Tim Brown here, RGS Exteriors. My family has been building and improving homes in Utah for 5 generations, and taking care of homeowners is something we take very serious. With over 1,300 5-star Google reviews, 21 Best of State awards, and our 10-year workmanship warranty, homeowners know they can trust RGS. Over 200,000 families across Utah have trusted RGS Exteriors with their home, and so can you. Schedule your free estimate today at 801-280-3110, 801-280-3110.
Do you know how to tell if a clogged drain is something to worry about or not? What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Wilson with Any Hour Services, and I understand it's annoying and inconvenient, but sometimes a clogged drain can be a sign there's a more serious issue with your sewer main line. If the drains in the lowest level of your home aren't draining, or you flush a toilet and it comes up somewhere else like a shower or a floor drain, I'm urging you to look at this as more than just an annoyance. The last thing I want you to experience is a sewer backup. If you're a homeowner experiencing any of these issues, the first step would be to snake the line to see if it's just a blockage, which one of our drain techs can do for only $29. Yep, you heard that right. Any Hour Services will snake any drain line with normal access for only $29. Sinks, showers, tubs, toilets, floor drains, laundry drains, even that sewer main line that connects to the city. We'll snake any line for just $29. For help with your drain issues, call Any Hour Services at 801-443-7700. You can Google Any Hour Services. You can even schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
This water bottle is 1 cent. Should we get it? Yeah, it's literally 1 cent.
A penny? Sounds perfect, until you spot the $90 shipping. These are the traps hiding in your back-to-school budget. You're the one doing the math at checkout, so we did the homework. From shrinking notebook sizes to backpack surprises.
55. Too much for a backpack.
KSL's Matt Gephardt shows you exactly where to spend less and send your kids to class ready. Back to school bargains tonight at 10.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
All right, we've got some breaking news that we're following now. The Speed Week is going on out at the Bonneville Salt Flats. We're all very aware of what happens at Speed Week. It's going on August 1st through the 7th, so it's right now. And this is where they bring out cars to drive them really, really fast out on the Salt Flats.
Yeah, one of those racers was actually just life-flighted to a trauma center here locally after crashing at that Speed Week event at the Salt Flats today, according to BLM. An officer with BLM, they say that it was during a competition. At the time of the crash, the driver had reached at least 200 miles an hour.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is, of course, par for the course out there. The age of the driver is unknown. Taken to the hospital in what they're calling critical condition, very critical condition. And so we'll keep you updated on that as well. And obviously that story is going to have a lot of details to it because we just have no age of the person. We have like that they were, in a vehicle that was traveling over 200 miles an hour. And was taken to one of the local hospitals here, which we also we don't even have that inside this as well yet. So all these details will likely work out, and we're pulling for that racer, of course.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
The way that again, Ethan. It's crazy because we don't think much when we're here. We're from here. We don't think that much about Speed Week, right?
No, but there are people that come from all over the world to drive that,
yes.
And so hopefully we get a good prognosis from that driver. But at 200 miles an hour, that's 2.5 times the speed limit of I-80.
I thought you were going to say of Idaho. I was like, geez, why are you picking on the Idahoans?
No, it's I-8. I keep saying I-15. I-80 out there is 80 mile an hour speed limit.
Yeah.
2.5 times. I mean, it's just an astonishing speed.
Yeah, and like just from a full-on, there are some safety things that are. The word isn't cut corners on these. Cars are specific made for this thing.
Yeah, they're made for this. Yeah,
they're not like they're not like our cars.
Well,
they try to do everything they can to make sure those things stay on the ground.
And I guess
this
is
out of control. But
this is where we'll find out what kind of car he was in, because they're not all, those rocket racers.
Sure,
some of them are kind of more like regular cars than we realize.
Yeah,
but.
And they have all the roll cages and all those things that have to be part of the competitions and things like that too. But my goodness.
All right. Next up, though, Utah's not the only place that's having problems with heat and wildfires. Europe is just getting its tail kicked with both wildfires and heat. In fact, the heat is so bad that the Danube River is drying up right in front of everyone's eyes. The famous Danube River, that ancient navigable stretch of river that runs from the heart of Europe all the way down to the Black Sea. I mean, It's an amazing historic place. And Romania right now is in the process of trying to save a nuclear power plant. And this is what they're doing, is they've been dynamiting rock in the riverbed to try and help divert water. And they're also sinking barges laden with rock into the river to try and create.
So they're trying to push the water in that direction of the nuclear.
I think they're trying to pool it.
Facility.
I think they're trying to pool it so they can keep it flowing.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
Does that seem against the rules, whatever rules that the people of Romania live by?
Well, here's the thing, though, with rivers like that, I think at that point, half the river's Romania's, half the river's is Serbia's.
You can steal. You could take my river water that I've been exploding to try to steal from you from my cold, dead hands.
I will say this. Of all the things that you want to make sure you keep running correctly.
Yep.
Nuclear power plant.
Yeah. 1,000%. So I'm okay with it, right? The interesting thing about
probably Romanians are okay with it too.
Yeah, right. I do think that one of the biggest deals that we've seen through all this is the Danube going down has actually uncovered a dozen or more boat crash sites, including Nazi World War II era ships that were sunk and then haven't been seen for 8 decades, and now you're starting to see them at those levels, and people are able to get out there, swim, walk on the shallow sandbars and everything, and get out there and start picking through World War II era boats, Ethan.
It is absolutely crazy. So it's more than a dozen. It's dozens.
Dozens
of sunken World War II Nazi warships. Now, these were scuttled. So the Nazis sunk them on purpose, trying to block the advancing Soviet forces. This was in 1944. Here's the problem, though, is not only are you dealing with the inherent risk of getting onto a wrecked ship that is sitting in a river, there's going to be a risk there.
Plus, it's a flowing river. It's very different from like the ocean that is sitting and you're able to get in and out of something. This seems like a very tough prospect.
Well, could you imagine falling through part of that down into the river? I mean, it's not anything
terrible.
You want to do.
Yeah.
But also, experts estimate there are over 10,000 pieces of live explosive ordnance and tons of ammunition trapped on the river floor, on and around these ships.
Hey, Europe.
So
this is our second time that we here in the United States have been talking about unexploded and exploded World War II ordnances because of the fires out there. Why don't you guys figure yourselves out?
See,
I like this because it makes us feel better about.
Well,
oh yeah, the fires are burning over in Utah. Did you hear about that over in Utah, America? And then they go, yeah, but there are a bunch of World War II bombs going off when they're no.
You know, it did go off though.
Moving there.
Those 4 shells from when that guy dropped his box of shotgun shells. And he wasn't able to find them all in the grass. Those blew up.
Yeah, that was there.
You know what else? So
woolly mammoth bones, by the way, also being exposed. All sorts of treasures being found now because it's you win some, you lose some with the record heat in Europe, Ethan.
I think it'd be amazing to see these ships, but it makes me think. Your comments made me think of something, and that is how grateful we can be for the geographical position of the United States, because the United States fought in both of the world wars, but you know what we've never had to deal with.
Sunken Nazi ships?
Live unexploded ordnance from either of those wars. We don't have trenches scarring our land. We don't have any of that because...
Wasn't there a German U-boat at some point that they, like off of the coast of North Carolina?
They came close. A couple times they came close. They had a couple of U-boats come close, and then Japan had that program of the balloons.
Oh, listen,
we had explosive balloons.
So I grew up in the Pacific Northwest where the very tip of the... Olympic Peninsula up there, past Port Angeles. So if you imagine the state of Washington, just that little corner right there, right up where it kind of meets the international waters where Canada is, the amount of barracks and things like that, and like guns that were placed on the high rocks up and tall trees, kind of the rocky areas above the beaches up there, for this reason, because they're like, well, obviously when the Japanese show up, we have to have these massive guns pointed right at them. I mean, those cement. Those are still there in some places along the coast up along the edge of the state of Washington. So it's crazy.
All right.
Millard, we got to take a break. We got news, traffic, and weather. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about some of the extreme heat we're going through right now, including what it's doing to the human psyche. How has it affected you? How does extreme heat been affecting you? Some personalities have been affected during the heat. Also, a lot of other people reporting that some of their seasonal depression in a different direction during the summer. We'll talk about it next. More to go right here, KSL Brightside.
It is 1:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small. To look at our top stories this half hour. We begin with breaking news. We are watching a cloud of dark smoke from a fire near the I-84 and I-15 junction in Riverdale. We don't have specific details just yet, but the smoke is covering parts of I-84 and clearly visible from I-15 in the area. We will bring you more details as soon as we have them. Utah could get another nuclear reactor soon. The state's first test reactor just went online a few weeks ago at the Utah San Rafael Energy Lab in Emery County. Now local energy leaders have signed an agreement with another company to see whether their reactor can be tested on the same site. Lab director Jaron Wallace says these reactors won't produce power for people to use, but there is a benefit to having them test here.
In the testing phase, these companies can see the benefit to staying in Utah long-term for commercialization.
Wallace says it's hard to know for sure when Utah will have a commercial reactor up and running, but says it could take years. And our top national story this hour, also breaking news coming in right now. Senator Mitch McConnell says he has been discharged from a rehabilitation center and will continue his recovery at home. In a statement today, the Kentucky senator thanked the hospital staff and his constituents for their support. He says he will be undergoing physical therapy at home, but will continue his work as senator. Your money at this moment, markets all still trending down right now. The Dow is currently down 459 points. That's more than 0.8%. The S&P is down 13. The NASDAQ down just 7. Coming up, the furnace is ramping up. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 1:32.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
The Salt Lake Chamber is Utah's voice for business. Okay, that sounds great, but what does it really mean? Well, as Utah's largest and longest-standing business association, they support and champion community prosperity throughout the state. And if you're in business, well, that's a very good thing for you. Be sure to listen to the Chamber's Speaking on Business, weekdays at 7:20, 11:55, and 5:20 p.m. on KSL News Radio.
Hi, this is Doug Wright, and I've been a fan of Hale Center Theater from the very beginning. But there is something about this season that is just off the charts. Maybe it's due to the 3 stages now, which accommodate an amazing variety. Take, for example, showing right now on the Beehive stage, Thornton Wilder's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel and Tony Award-winning play is an absolute must-see. It's Our Town. This is a touching story focusing on 2 families in a small town, the sorrows, the joys, the reflections of lives well lived. And then, coming up, we've got Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The music, the staging, the pure fun of it makes Joseph an all-time favorite. And in mid-August, it's Moriarty. This is the time for you to lock down your tickets for all of the wonderful productions at Hale Center Theater. And all you have to do is go to hct.org.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Now on Saturday at 5 p.m. This Friday from 10 to 1, the movie show comes to Sound Sleep. But first, take time to learn about a better night's rest. Sound Sleep delivers oral appliance therapy that treats sleep apnea without the use of CPAP machines. They're professionally fit, warranted, and covered by most major medical insurance. End the days of a poor night's sleep. With offices from Clearfield to St. George, Sound Sleep will help. Call Sound Sleep at 801-716-8672 today.
This is Emergency Traffic brought to you by UCCU. Learn how to save more this summer at uccu.com. Ricky, is that a new fire I'm seeing up in Riverdale?
It's not only a new fire with a lot of black smoke. There are flames really high. We've seen them low to the ground, and then it looks like maybe some of the brush in the area just kind of exploded, and flames as high as 8, maybe 10 feet high. It looks like crews are trying to get a hold of it. But this has closed the road, this fire affecting the roadway in Weber County, eastbound I-84, just west of Riverdale Road, connecting to I-15, is now closed. No traffic will be allowed to access I-84 going eastbound from I-15. You're going to see traffic stopped completely on that ramp. That ramp is now shut down from north and southbound I-15 to go eastbound on I-84 to get into Weber Canyon. If you're in the Riverdale area, you're going to see a lot of black smoke in the air. But right at the connection where I-84 and I-15 join up in Riverdale, traffic is slow already with construction, but this fire is making it worse as people are slowing down, trying to get through the area, but not making good headway there. But the real delays are stacking up on southbound I-15, backing traffic past 31st Street in Ogden down to the I-84 junction. It's a spot that if you can avoid the area and take an alternate route, you want to do so. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather, hot, hot, hot. That is the forecast for the next few days. Look for a triple-digit high of 100 flat today. High for the week is expected to be tomorrow at 103 degrees, 102 Saturday. We're not expected to dip back below that century mark until at least Monday. Right now it is 97 degrees and sunny skies in downtown Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We are Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Doug Wright is probably rolling over in his grave hearing us back on the air.
And Alex Curie.
Well, first of all, Doug's not dead, but yeah, he probably would not approve.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Curie, and holy cow, this footage that we're seeing from the highway, a highway camera up near Ogden is just astonishing. There's a wildfire burning right near I-84 and Riverdale Road, and I want to make sure that we have the right location here. So can we call back Ricky Meese for just a second? Ricky, are you still there?
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're so good.
This is wild to see. We see, obviously, on the traffic cameras as well, and people who, if you're tuning into the stream, we're going to put it up there right there as well. But which direction is the actual stop? Because you have slow traffic going through one direction, but which direction have they actually closed the freeway down? Because it looks like one direction is going really slow, the other is just totally not moving at all.
Yeah. Okay, this is an odd merge. It's where Interstate I-84 joins up with I-15. Now, that's between Ogden and Riverdale, and it's mostly in the Riverdale Road area, and it is affecting traffic on both of those freeways. And the fire seems to be in between those areas, and that's what's making it really nasty. And I don't know if you were able to see some of those flames were shooting way up.
I don't know if is that far west enough, or sorry, east enough that is the Schneider's Bluff Riverside Golf Course right there up against the freeway? I think that's right in that area.
It might be.
Yeah, and if that's the case, like the golf course is right up against the freeway right there. There's a couple of other businesses right there as well.
And the Ogden-Hinckley Airport is going to be west of I-15 through this area as well.
Okay, so what you're saying is this fire is burning right at the intersection of 84 and 15.
Right.
Right there where they come together. Okay. Yeah. And it looks like traffic coming southbound
on I-15 is just at a crawl. It's really rough. And right there is where a lot of professional drivers would exit southbound I-15 to go to I-84. And I-84 will continue through Weber Canyon and continue over to I-80 to get to Wyoming. That's a connecting roadway between the two states, and so it's an important road. But for southbounders on I-15 going from Box Elder into Weber County, the delays are stacking up. With that ramp blocked off to traffic and a lot of people slowing down to see what all this black smoke is about, you have delays that are starting I'm going to say well before 31st Street in Ogden, after 21st Street, we'll call it that. And then after the exit to I-84, speeds pick right back up.
Okay.
But I-84 itself, where you can get a very close visual of the fire and the flames and the smoke, this is an odd one. It goes through the South Weber, Uinta area, and meanders up to the I-15 junction in Riverdale. And that's where there's already road work in the area. But if you guys can see, there's no traffic coming down one side of that image. But on the other side, you'll see the orange barrels and a slow-moving line of traffic. Yeah. And they are slow going from Riverdale up to I-84. And this is where a roadside fire can actually be kind of frightening if you're trying to drive past it.
The flames look like they were climbing as tall of the trees that were on there. Those flames were huge,
really
up
high,
into the air. And by the way, I mean this is probably a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles, probably even less. and just across the freeway from that Adams fire that we had over there in Washington Terrace. So it's actually pretty close in that same vicinity of where that fire was a couple of weeks ago. And so you've got that stretch right there. It's a pretty important stretch.
And it's
like
scorched.
you said, and it is. You can just see the black on that side of the freeway, and it just seems to be moving.
The hillside,
it's just moving across there.
It keeps moving down. And what was interesting, you talk about the height of those flames. I was watching this. Now the camera goes in and out, and so we're watching it thinking, oh, it's blocking the shot. And I could see some flames at the ground, and then suddenly, literally a half a second, they were probably 8 to 10 feet high. Maybe a tree exploded with it. I don't know. But It just is an indication of how we're a tinderbox in this state. And the least spark can set off something that just goes out of control and burns in a matter of a couple of seconds. It's really no exaggeration or not to be dramatic, but those flames, if I were a driver and trying to go past that, I would have been worried.
Yep.
So if you're just tuning in, there is a fire along the freeway at the intersection. I know that's the wrong word to use.
Junction,
I know that's
maybe?
the junction, okay, of 84 and 15 up there near Ogden. This is just up the road from where we had that wildfire at Washington Terrace, just up the road a little bit. It's basically off the south edge of the Ogden airport right there. Traffic is a complete mess, and if I got this right, Ricky, the southbound entrance off of I-15 onto 84, that is closed.
It is closed, right. Yep.
That connector there that connects I-15 southbound down onto 84, that's closed. So you're not getting through there no way, no how.
No.
So, maybe just for a little bit, just avoid that stretch of I-15.
Yeah. Now, northbound, you can get through without any problem. It's southbound where it's just jammed up. So you either want to delay your travel time, find an alternate route.
Please.
Highway 89 looks pretty good right now as an option. Just saying.
Okay.
Just don't crash your car staring at the fire.
Yeah. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center. Ricky, we appreciate it. We'll dip in, of course, the rest of the afternoon. You'll get updates on this. Throughout the day, but you notice it is moving up the hillside there, Ethan, and that fire, just in the time that we've been looking at it, has grown in the direction that wind is taking it and where all that vegetation is. So
Alex,
it's
I honestly,
look at.
So I have the map here, and I can't place where this camera angle is. I can't figure it out on the map.
It's going around that bend, and I'm pretty sure, and I'll kind of give you an idea here, but this is it right here, basically. It's coming around right here. I think it is right up against where milepost. It says I don't know if the mileposts are on the actual, like if you're looking at Google Maps or if you're looking at if you look at the UDOT map, of course it's going to be there. But I'm almost certain that so it's like milepost 81 along I-84 there. So
we got a text that says my son was just driving through it. He said it was massive. It crossed the median. Yeah, it looks like it definitely can. I mean, honestly, the fire looks like it's burning on the road.
Well, and what's interesting too is that when you see people that are driving along right there, that black smoke will encompass the car for a minute, and you don't know what you're looking at there. You don't know if it's coming across like it's coming into your car, or if the flames are reaching that far. And so, pretty scary. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the rest of the afternoon here. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll come back. We've got more around the corner. Before we get out, though, I wanted to make mention. Advanced Window Products. This is a place, of course, we've been talking to for the last few weeks. We've had the guys in. Jake and Nate are awesome. They have been making windows here in the state of Utah for 40 years. Advanced Windows has been here forever. You know what that means? They know the Utah market. They know the Utah weather. They know what we're going through. And they know exactly how to make sure to make a window that is built for your home right here. And they're going to warranty it for life. And they're the factory. And they're the ones who warranty it, and they're the install team, all of it. So they cut out all the people that are basically taking money away from you along the way, and they're putting that back into your pocket. Right now, you can save $2,500 or more off of 10 windows or more. That's $2,500 off of 10 windows or more for the best top quality window in the market, on top of the fact that you're going to get it at the best price. You can't get it beat. Advanced Windows is going to take care of you. That lifetime warranty, by the way, is a legitimate lifetime warranty. It's transferable over the lifetime of not just you owning the home, but also to the next homeowner. That's how intense it is, and they are going to honor it forever, and they're going to take care of you. Get that free energy audit right now, 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100, Advanced Window Products.
Sign up for KSL Text Alerts. Get breaking news and traffic updates by texting the word news to 57500. Want access to exclusive contests? Text contest to 57500. Jazz fans, text the word jazz for breaking jazz updates. And Cougar fans, text BYU to 57500 for the latest on the Cougars. Message and data rates may apply.
And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog. Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Any Hour Services can make sure your AC keeps you cool this summer. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just a second opinion about replacing it, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Okay. All right, we got a little bit of an update here. We got someone that texted in. Actually, oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, this is a super helpful text. All right. So
is that the building then we're looking at?
Yeah, it's the America First. You see that? I think that's the America First building. So the America First corporate office is there along I-84, and that looks like it's right where a fire is burning, right along I-84. They have closed the ramp from southbound I-15 down onto 84. And traffic is basically at a standstill.
I'm pointing
Ethan
up at the camera because
There's
they have fire
fire
crews now that are trying their darndest to keep a line of some kind, I think, between that America First corporate building and look how much water is coming off of that engine that's up on the hill. So you have the freeway that's down the hill.
Yeah.
And then you have up the hill there, you have that big office building. And we'll keep you posted on that thing. But they've shut down northbound I-15 or northbound I-80
or 84
or 84 rather, and
it's the ramp from southbound I-15 down onto 84. That's where they've closed it. Northbound 84 is a standstill, and so but thank you for that text. I couldn't see it. I was trying to figure out. I was trying to reconcile
where along the map we were looking.
The camera and the map, but this text that said it's near the America First headquarters. Now I see it exactly. I can see it exactly where that is. It's basically burning right there, just to the north of Riverdale Road, just up 84, just a teensy bit. And holy mackerel!
Yeah, they are. They're on top of that building, shooting down the hill to try to make sure that those flames stay away from it. And I'm trying to look to see if there are other businesses in that area, and it looks like that there are.
Well, and their homes right across the freeway from it. There's a big neighborhood right there. And you know what's crazy is this is just up the road from the Washington Terrace fire that we had last week?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is not good. This is, of course, also just off the south edge of Ogden Airport, which I wonder how much smoke they'd have to have in order to disrupt things at the airport. I don't know. Someone else texted in, is the smoke in Salt Lake from this fire or another fire?
This was something else because this was well before this fire had started up. It might even be coming in from out of state. I mean, I heard.
Yeah, for sure.
I've heard the meteorologist reporting on that a lot of these Pacific Northwest fires have brought smoke in for the last couple of weeks here. So, all right, we'll keep our eyeballs on it here, though.
This fire is brand new, so we're not seeing the smoke in Salt Lake from this. But goodness, whew. Isn't that amazing how many fires you and I have had to cover? Like fires threatening structures in the metro area since we've been doing this. Is this 4?
Oh, it's been a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, all over. I actually looked this up. So wildfires, and this counts, so far in 2026, 790 total fires. 790 total fires.
I think that this is basically the whole campus. There's another building just to the east of it there, but the one that's right up against the freeway is that America First building. It looks like right there, but we'll keep our eyes peeled for you the rest of the way as well. Because
I wonder where they parked those engines. I bet they're just in that parking lot.
There's a parking lot just south of it.
Just south of it.
That looks like it would be a place to set up there, but I'm sure that they're
all right.
Like I said, that is crazy to see.
Here's all you really need to know is this. If you're on I-15 or 84 around in the Ogden area near the airport, it's going to be bad. So find an alternate route or stop and hang out and let some of this blow over because it's not pretty right now.
Ethan, we were talking about fires and talking about the extreme heat.
Yeah.
We brought something up about how kind of everyone's dealing with it. And we actually asked for people to text in and be like, how are you doing? and part of it was, when we have day after day of triple-digit heat, kind of extreme warnings and things like that, and today's one of those days, and it feels a little bit like the doom scroll, to be honest, when Ethan, all he can talk about is how you've been starting all these fires out there in Utah.
Knock it off.
I can't believe you. Just and it does like create this picture of just like people standing at the ready with fireworks and just ready to set off fires. And obviously they start for all sorts of reasons, including the vast majority of them with lightning strikes out in these dry, hot areas. The interesting thing about all of this to me is that the psyche, extreme weather can take its toll, especially when it just keeps going and it lasts a long, long time.
Yeah.
And we read this article that specifically dealt with that. It was just like, how are people doing with the extended heat for the extended period of time? And all I could think of, Ethan, was I would deal with the cold and the muggy, or the cold and the damp and the rainy and the snowy 1 million times. I hate the heat compared to the cold.
Do you?
I asked you that question, and you were kind of like, I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I think I get so much more angry, and it literally is an anger thing. I get mad
at the heat
when I'm hot. I get mad when I'm hot. People are like, oh, he's hangry, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
You also get hangry.
I do get angry, but the head part is hungry and hot, hungry,
angry.
Yeah, and angry. I get all of it at once. But I honestly, and part of it is just because I run hot already, and I think this just takes me to another level of being mad.
There was a time when I would have said I preferred cold weather, but as I've gotten older,
here it comes.
The winters are getting hard on me.
You're like, turn up the heat in here.
I kind of
cold in my bones. I think
I might honestly prefer the heat. It just
I don't like
feels
being cold in a room, but I prefer. I hate looking outside and going, man, it looks beautiful out there, and you go out there and you just depressive, man.
The heat just feels less threatening, is basically what I'm saying, than the cold does. But Alex, I want to read through what you were talking about, and this is a poll from APNORC for the Public Affairs Research Poll. They said that 80% of Americans say that their utility costs are higher due to the extreme heat. 40% of Americans say they have altered travel plans because of the extreme heat. And I'm not exactly sure what travel plans you would alter because of the heat. Is like Death Valley? Like you're not going to Death Valley?
Kids, it's going to be 127 this week. We were only planning on 120.
But nevertheless, 40% of us say we've altered our travel plans because of the extreme heat. Additionally, 51% say that report disrupted exercise routines. What? 51% of Americans are not exercising.
No, it's the people who are exercising, which is a very small amount of those people.
Yeah, you're probably
right.
What it is.
You're probably right. You're like, we're not working out. This is fake news.
51%.
No, it's 51% of the
Whoa, I
1.5% that are
exercise.
exercising. I know. You know what's interesting is
You suck in your gut and tell them you exercise.
There's a ton of people out there who are like this. You guys, way more people exercise than you fat idiots are talking about. But I will say that, like, there are people who go, I'm not going on that bike ride right now. I'm already torturing myself doing cardio enough. I don't need the breathing in and breathing out of the hot air. And the last thing I need is to collapse on, on the road when I'm running around.
Yeah.
But I do want to be superior to the others that are around me. So how can I work in that I still was able to work out this morning? I like to usually go out and do my 4-mile run at 1 p.m., but I actually had to sneak it in. So I actually did an extra mile. I did a 5-mile run at 10 a.m., Ethan. You know somebody who will work in that conversation still.
I took a glance back up at this live feed of the fire there burning right there on I-84, right where it joins I-15. And it looks like they might be getting a handle on it.
Well, it looks like least next to the building, the smoke isn't right up against that corporate building that we had seen.
You could tell the firefighters came in and they really went heavy. And I think they've knocked it back quite a bit. Nevertheless, if you're up in that area, the connector between southbound I-15 and 84 is closed. So you're not going to make that at all. Traffic is starting to flow a little bit better than it was a couple of minutes ago, but you should still probably be prepared for some significant delays. And, of course, clear the roads for the emergency vehicles, because we got a texter and they said that along with the America First Credit Union building right there, I mean, it's in their backyard, there's a Tesla dealer, a gas station, their office buildings, FedEx. So there's a lot there. So just avoid that area. I mean, what can we say? And I know we're gonna get a more detailed, a more nuanced, and honestly more helpful update from Ricky Meese here in a couple of minutes, because we got to go to the news. But
you could tell us too.
That's kind of the big news this hour.
Ethan sides with
the fire,
with the older group out there who likes to be there. They don't like the cold as much. I think that the hot makes me more angry. I think that, and honestly, a part of it is that I grew up in the Northwest. I don't mind the rain. The rain for 100 days straight is tough, and having it be 45 degrees in the winter every morning and every day, all day long, and have that drizzle coming down, that's tough. But I will say that I, like, from a comfort standpoint, like having to fight the heat inside your house with the AC on nonstop. Having to fight, like in your car, you get in there and your butt's on fire because as soon as you get into that car and it's hot, even if you left it outside for 4.5 minutes.
You know what I like? I like when, it's 200 degrees in the car and you get on, you turn on the air conditioner. And what I'll do is I'll lean my head forward and I'll lay the back of my neck against the headrest. And it's like the base of my skull, the back of my neck, I'll kind of press it into the headrest, and it is so warm. And it feels so good.
Do you have the booty cooler? You have the little button that gets the fan on your back and on your butt?
Yeah, but it doesn't really. I think I'm too big for it.
You've sealed it off with your body?
I can't. I don't feel anything.
The holes of where it's supposed to come out, they're like.
I smothered it.
The system is like, we don't know where to put this. I love that. All right. We'll come back. We've got news, traffic, and weather here at the top. We get a traffic update from Ricky, of course, who's watching that fire very, very closely, and we'll be back with more next. Stay with us.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
Good afternoon, 2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Adam Small to look at our top stories this hour. We're still keeping an eye on what appears to be a fast-moving fire on I-84. The eastbound lanes are still closed near Riverdale Road while crews work to get a handle on the flames. The smoke is still visible from both I-84 and I-15. We will bring you more details as soon as we have them. We're learning that a speed racer was life-flighted to a trauma center after crashing at the Speed Week event at the Salt Flats today. An officer with the Bureau of Land Management says this was during a competition. At the time of the crash, the driver had reached at least over 200 miles an hour. The age of the driver is unknown. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. President Trump's pick for Attorney General is facing another round of congressional roadblocks. More Republican lawmakers are threatening to vote no on Todd Blanche's confirmation.
Generally speaking, they're basically concerned about what they believe is the weaponization of the Justice Department. Cassidy actually did speak yesterday, to which he said that he's worried that Trump is just basically going after his political enemies. And I'm sure behind closed doors, he wants assurances from Todd Blanche that that is not his intention, that he doesn't view himself as Trump's personal attorney.
ABC's Catherine Falders reporting. And more than 20 Republican senators are backing Utah Senator Mike Lee's latest attempt to pass the Save America Act. Lee is trying to force a vote on the bill before Congress's August recess. If they don't vote, he proposes the recess should be canceled. The Deseret News reports the SAVE Act is not on the Senate's current agenda. Delaying their recess would need the vote of at least 50 senators to pass. Quick look at your money at this moment. The markets are all still trending down this hour. The Dow is currently down 463 points. That's about 0.85%. The S&P is down 13, and the NASDAQ is down 15 points. Coming up, get used to the triple digits. It's going to be a while before we're rid of them. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:02.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
This water bottle is 1 cent. Should we get it? Yeah, it's literally 1 cent.
A penny? Sounds perfect. Until you spot the $90 shipping. These are the traps hiding in your back-to-school budget. You're the one doing the math at checkout, so we did the homework. From shrinking notebook sizes to backpack surprises.
55? Too much for a backpack.
KSL's Matt Gephardt shows you exactly where to spend less and send your kids to class ready. Back to school bargains tonight at 10.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I have a dare for you. After you use your old mop and bucket, put on your whitest socks and walk across the floor. Now look down. What's that gray stuff on your socks? I used to have that too, until I switched to Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop breaks down and locks away tough messes. Take the dare. Try Swiffer Power Mop. White sock approved.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Still in emergency traffic right now. It's brought to you by UCCU. Auto loan rates as low as 4.74% APR. Listen close. Here's Ricky Meese.
We do have closures in place, including freeways. If you're eastbound I-84, they are going to be stopping all traffic from traveling towards Riverdale to connect to the I-15 junction. There's still some traffic getting through right now that may not last long. Anticipate that closure and earlier delays from I-84 to the northbound I-15 junction. Those delays have cleared out, even though fire crews are still on the scene. And then on the opposite side, no traffic getting through. If you're headed southbound on I-15, the ramp from I-15 to go eastbound to I-84 towards Cheyenne, that ramp completely closed to traffic. They're trying to keep all traffic out of that area in order to have fire crews access to battle this blaze. If you are on southbound I-15, you are going to see heavy delays from about 24th Street in Ogden all the way through Riverdale. Again, it's a spot, if you can avoid, take an alternate route, do so. And if you're on I-84 trying to connect to northbound I-15, you can get to northbound I-15. It's moving freely, but eastbound I-84 completely closed at this time. No matter the weather, your feet can feel fantastic. Find the Good Feet location nearest you at goodfeet.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're expected to top out at a high of 100 degrees today with overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s. Tomorrow could be the hottest day of the week with a forecasted high of 103 degrees, 102 Saturday. Sunday expected to continue to be up in the triple digits. Right now, it is 95 degrees in Salt Lake City. I'm Adam Small from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
And you're sure management's okay with this?
And Alex Keary.
I thought you cleared it with them.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. And let me tell you, the big news right now is that fire that's still burning up there along I-84, just where it connects with I-15 up there right near the airport in Ogden. They've got I-84 eastbound is closed right there, as it actually is kind of traveling south at that point behind the America First headquarters there. That's where that fire took place, and we're looking at these cameras, and it also burned in the median too, which we got a texter who reported. They said it's jumped into the median, and it sure has. We can clearly see a big fat old burn scar right along the median. So it looks like, though, they've really knocked that fire back. It doesn't appear to be threatening the homes that are on the east side of the road there. It looks like it's just confined to those trees along the west side, but it is a lot smaller. There's a lot less smoke, and traffic's now moving through that area northbound on 84, which I guess is more westbound because it's coming that direction. But as you're on 84 heading towards I-15, that's flowing pretty well. So, geez, thanks again to Ricky Meese for keeping us up to date on that. And that is so frightening when you see those big fires that just suddenly pop up and are so big, so quick. And
well, they were going up. The flames were going up those trees so tall, and we had a listener also throw a video up as they were going by with their car, and when it was that close, it's even more stark of how big those flames are.
Mm-hmm.
They must have been feeling the heat off of those things easily, driving down the road and being right up against it, and seeing how tall those flames were getting. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy, and
but still, I mean, the freeway is closed one direction, so like it's not like they've got it. Hey, it looks like we're totally under control here. There's still 4 engines across the road and police vehicles and all those things to try to figure out how to get this thing all the way beaten down before they can open the freeway back up again. The good news is on that other side, on that northbound side, it does seem to be doing a lot better movement-wise. It was totally stopped also as people were just kind of, I think, watching, like to see how crazy those flames were.
Well, and you can imagine that once it jumped into the median, that's going to stop traffic.
That people start going, am I supposed to keep going here? Yeah.
Do I drive through this? What do I do?
I think this looks 100% apocalyptic here.
And kudos to the firefighters who were on that quick. We could see they were spraying off of that hill and spraying water down off that hill. And
hopefully they stopped it, yeah.
Pretty cool. Looks like they've got a handle.
Millard, I've got something here for you. I've got something to play.
Okay.
Are you down with the Perfect Parent Club here as we get things going here?
Yes, I am.
On the program. So let's jump in here. And I took I took issue with something that was said in this article, and I want to see what people think about it too. But let's jump in here and we'll talk about it. That's why we dip in with you as part of our Perfect Parent Club. So let's get it going.
You see them in your feed. The parents who do everything right. You could be one too by being ultra judgmental. Ethan and Alex welcome you to the Perfect Parent Club.
We don't judge,
All right.
Ethan. It's not a judgment thing.
I'd like to call to order the Perfect Parent Club.
Mm-hmm.
The honorable and perfect parent Alex Curie is presiding at our meeting today.
Listen,
welcome to all perfect parents listening in their cars.
Ethan, in social media, it gets a lot of things wrong, but the scroll has helped me parent so well because I watch all these other parents and how awesome they're doing, and because they told me. And
you know what else helps you parent real well?
they
Drugs. You should look into it.
They told me how awesome of a job they're doing and how all the stuff they're doing as parents is going to help me, and I appreciate all they're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it takes a village out here. # takes a village, Ethan.
Are you familiar with the 18 Summers parenting trend?
So it's not so for me, this isn't a trend. This is why I took a problem with this. It's a philosophy that I have had in my head, which is I get nervous about not being able to take advantage of all the time that I have with my kids while they're kids in my home. And so this has been something that we've actually been this is the way we've been approaching how we...
So you are a devotee of the 18 Summers style of parenting.
I told you that tattoo on my back that says 18 Summers in that Blink 182 style tattoo on my back.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes, absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. So
18 Summers, man.
I don't like it.
Well, tell them what it is first.
So it's basically, it reminds parents that they only have 18 summers with their kids before they grow up and leave home. Now, it's meant to inspire you to be present for your child.
It's mostly done to sell RVs. You better get going out every summer because you only got 18 summers.
It is used to promote products and services. It also triggers heavy guilt and anxiety over maximizing every fleeting moment, when I don't think that's the role of parents. I'm a father. I'm not a camp counselor.
You've said this a couple times.
I'm not a camp counselor. That's not my job. My job is not making sure my kids have hilarious fun all summer.
Yeah. The mantra "I'm bored" is said a lot at my house. They'll say I'm bored while they're like going down the slip and slide.
I am a devotee of the let your kids be bored style.
Yeah.
Because you know what they learn? They learn they've got to do it on their own. Because you know what happens when they leave home? There's no camp counselor to make sure they're having fun.
I'm under no like illusions of thinking that this. Okay, for us, it has nothing to do with keep your kids entertained all summer long because you only have 18 summers. It is the philosophy that we have is, and they even brought it up. They're like, because the person who writes the article basically is pointing and laughing at me. And they're going, oh, you treat all the holiday schedule for school, the holiday schedule for school during the year is this crazy worship session of get on, let's go do this crazy thing as a family because we only have 18 summers. Ethan, we have 7 kids, but we have our first one that is going through his senior year right now.
Yeah.
And we talk all the time about how, oh man, this is his senior year. This is last summer where we all get to go out as a family together. And then they point out, they're like, that's a total lie. You know why? They're going to be vacationing with you when they're 35. I think we can all agree, one, I'm not going to be paying for my 35-year-olds to go on vacation with me. Number two, they're going to be
such a skinflint. Come on.
But they're also going to be very, very different times. A 17-year-old Cooper is going to be very different from a 28-and-a-half-year-old Cooper with a kid and one on the way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at it like we're planning. And part of this is that we have prioritized as a couple. We've sat down, and you know what? I don't appreciate anybody else telling me how I'm supposed to be doing this anyway. Because I'm over here, we're trying to make, it's not about maximizing, because our kids are bored during the summer. Our kids get on the TV, he's like, let kids watch TV. I'm like, dude, I grew up in the era of Bob Barker babysitting me in the mornings.
Yeah, you want boring? How about 5 channels plus PBS?
Yes, this is what you and I grew up with. And yeah, we were able to figure it out. I walked to the Circle K and was like, I'll take the 39-cent, a Big League Chew bag, fine, great, get a soda, move on. I was the person trying to entertain myself during the summer. But here's the thing. We made sure, as a couple to say, if we can make it happen, our resources that we have are going to be highly devoted to our kids getting out and seeing the world. And I'm not saying that every vacation needs to be some crazy trip, but we have leveraged ourselves in a way to make sure that our kids are having trips and experiences versus stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it is more important to not have stuff. I was telling Caitlin, I go, the carpet at our house needs to be replaced. It's basically made of 100% syrup. Ethan, our carpet is one entire giant Eggo waffle.
We just redid our carpets last year because our carpets had become woven dog hair. But
again, our house, and you know what's interesting is now that I make that comparison, it actually does have that pattern too in it. It looks like an Eggo waffle, and frankly, it smells like one, and even tracks like one.
We got the little tiny square pattern.
Yeah, we have those. And here's the thing: is
ours are brand new though. Sounds like yours.
Ours are old, and they've been tracked in, and we could say, hey, let's get the carpet and make that the priority because, I got to get LVP and give it in there, and I don't want to have the. But instead, we're going, let's try to let's have our kids have experiences. That's been a priority for us. So if this friggin' dude wants to get on here and point fingers and go, people want to have all these experiences with their kids, I can't have the same experiences with my kids that everybody else is going to. But we have a lot of kids, and we want to make sure that they're all still together as much as they can. I get that later in life, Cooper could probably still, or that our other kids are all still going to travel with us or maybe do some other things with us. I know this isn't the end of vacations.
Correct.
It is while they're minors.
Well,
it is while I'm able to make all the rules the whole time.
But this is the thing, and so I get what you're saying. But this is the thing, exactly what you just said is exactly why you just have to be a little bit careful with the 18 Summers philosophy, is because it can create a little bit of stress, and it can backfire into an unhealthy dynamic because you're kind of forcing something to be there that is not necessarily going to work out. You know, what if you feel all this stress and then no one has a good time?
I certainly don't have a good time, but my wife and I don't necessarily enjoy ourselves. But I just got done.
This is why I like to set the expectation.
You were my big fan of planning a trip with my boys for this fall.
Oh, you need to do that 100%. I don't see that as the same thing as you need to be camp counselor all summer.
No, that's the thing is they worked in all your year-round trips that you're planning, and they're like, you need to have all these year-round trips because you're being convinced that you got to go around and you got to have this, you got to do this every year. And it's not about that. It's about this is the last time that all four boys are going to be like in our charge,
right,
under the same roof, and I get
minors
to say,
you can boss around, and
right,
hold things over them, yeah,
right. And I want to be able to have these experiences, and I don't really care. I do actually. I care what people say, even internet strangers. I hate all you guys.
You know, with your reaction to all this, I don't know. I mean, we would have to drag out a whole other thing because I know we got to go to break.
Here comes Sigmund freaking Freud over here. Tell me.
I'm just wondering why you're still on social media. Listening to all this, I just feel like, you know what you need to do, because I think your instincts are right.
Social media had nothing to do with me planning.
No, but it has a little bit to do with you freaking out. And so I'm just saying, I think your instincts, I think your parental instincts are right. I think social media is adding a layer of anxiety on you that you don't deserve. You're a good dad. You don't deserve that.
You're all... Here comes Ethan's thing. Got to stop scrolling, everybody. But anyway, join us on KSL Brightside on Instagram.
I let that be Caitlin's problem.
All right, we'll take a break here. We'll come back. We've got more around the corner. When we return, we've got ourselves Ethan's got some food headlines. You don't want to miss it. Stay right here. Oh, and some car headlines. Hey, why not both? Get a brand new car that Ford's making, and then eat this brand of fast food because it's on the rise. Stay right here with us. More to go. KSL Brightside.
Hi, I'm Maria Shilaos, host of the KSL News Daily podcast, where you'll get a deep dive on a story important to you and the 3 things you need to know each weekday morning. Follow the KSL News Daily today, wherever you get your podcasts.
Something big is coming to South Salt Lake. Join Go Pave Utah on Friday, August 7th from 11 to 1 for a free block party featuring food, drinks, snow cones, virtual golf, and to unveil a giant mural by artist Marcus Medina, over 200 feet, transforming Go Pave's headquarters into an art landmark. Join Go Pave School Supply Drop-Off, benefiting children at Guadalupe schools, and a separate partnership with Make-A-Wish Utah. August 7th at 2575 South, 900 West in South Salt Lake. Go Pave Utah, building community one project at a time.
I'm really interested to hear about how your parents talk to you at home, and how do you think they can kind of break through to you?
It's just to talk about it. It's just seriously it's going to be awkward at first. But if you keep repeating it over and over again, it's just going to feel natural.
Keep going, and soon we'll just be able to talk about it.
Talking about mental health with your teens is the power of we in action. Visit intermountainhealth.org/teen mental health.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed, and still don't, on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary. We got a text, Alex. Can you believe that? Yeah. Well, we got a text from Buster. You remember Buster? He says, hey, what? The Nightside boys are back in town. So Buster's late to the game here. But you remember Buster was my barber for a long time.
Oh, that's right.
He doesn't do that now. Now he's a very successful photographer. Yeah, good old Buster. So I haven't seen Buster in a while. I miss that guy.
So he's too good to cut your hair now. Right when you
Yes.
have all this great, nice, thick hair.
He's actually been too good to cut my hair for several years.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and
when people follow their dreams and then find success, I'm
good
for them.
It's awesome. And I have a good barber now. My barber now is very, very
I love
good.
how you are such an old dude that you have a barber.
I had an interim barber, and he was a young guy.
Interim barber is
He was like
the
in his
dumbest thing I've ever heard you say.
He was like in his early 20s. And I told him, I had this conversation with him. I said, hey, look.
Does anybody else have a barber out there? 57500.
I said, hey, look. I'm sure this is going to be fine, but I just want you to know that, I'm significantly older than you, and I want a nice haircut, but I'm a middle-aged man.
So you walked in there and went, hey, whippersnapper, I'm older than you. You need to give me a good haircut.
Not good haircut, because he was talented. He was a talented barber.
Please don't reinvent.
Very, very stylish.
Please don't reinvent me.
Very, very stylish.
Is that what it was? Don't reinvent me.
It
please.
was. I need an age-appropriate haircut.
Oh,
that
okay.
that was my point. Is I need an age-appropriate haircut. I have a job. And I can't just have any haircut. So I want a good haircut, but it's got to be age-appropriate. And he said, yeah, great. And I got 2 good haircuts from him. And then the third time I went back,
experimental.
He couldn't help himself, and he gave me this crazy undercut. I walked down there looking like a Nazi, and I was like, I cannot.
So, boy.
Good and really nice guy. Really nice guy. Very, very good at what he did, but he wasn't ready to cut a middle-aged man's hair.
Because here's the thing too, is that you also run the risk of going in there, and you have no intentions. But then when they go, I got something for you, and then you leave there, and then they go, I did my job, and then they walk away, and you pay them $40 or $70 plus tip or whatever it is that you pay. What was it?
It's not that much, but
I just assumed it was a lot. I just tried to
it's not that much.
I tried to make a guess at what my wife pays for hair, and then like cut it down quite a bit.
Look,
anyway,
it's
bottom
more
line is this.
it's more than supercuts, but it's not Bill Clinton
Right.
sitting on the tarmac haircut.
You can't. But what you can't do is walk out of there and have everybody go, I guess Ethan's going through it, isn't he? I guess he's going to buy a Corvette next. Right?
That's right.
That's what you don't want.
That's
is somebody,
exactly right.
Somebody going, he's going through that middle age. He's going through that middle age. And you go, I didn't want this. The 20-something decided for me that I needed this. I'm not going through anything crazy.
Do I look like Trey Gowdy to you?
Ethan,
Do I look like Trey Gowdy?
Trey Gowdy. Ethan takes his shirt off and goes, I'm normal.
I'm a man.
I'm not trying to prove anything. In the middle of the freeway. All right.
Okay, Alex. My goodness.
Hey.
All right, Ford Motors has announced this week that they are rolling out a new mid-side electric truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be called the Fathom.
I'm looking this up.
And
I
it's
couldn't
got
find
a
pictures.
starting price of $28,350, which is great.
Very reasonable.
In today's environment, that is considered affordable.
That's a $12,000 truck like 20 years ago, right? That's like the equivalent of like that small truck that you could buy that was the entry level truck. And so that's a great start because we just went out. We had a story last week. There's no such thing as anything under $20,000 that's brand new anymore. The lowest priced car that you can get is $21,000. So
yeah,
truck
that's right.
It's fully electric. That's a pretty darn good deal.
It does seem to be a good deal. Now, of course, that's the base model, right? So it'll go up from there.
It's actually
but
$100,000.
it is a 5-passenger truck, and they're going to take orders in early 2027. So early next year, they're going to start taking orders,
Why can't
and then
I
they're
see
going to
it?
be delivering to customers later in 2027.
Why can't I see?
They have yet to reveal what it looks like. They've announced it only.
I've seen some miniature concept versions of it. You know what? It has I don't know if this is. All right, I'm going to show Ethan a picture right here and get his first blush. Now, they say this is going to be around.
So that photo there on the right?
This one right here.
Looks like a Ford truck.
It does, but it also has a little bit of a Rivian look to it. Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. I mean,
obviously smaller.
Well, and you could expect a few things to be different because these electric trucks are not going to need that hood space. So they got some design flexibility with these that they don't normally have with trucks. But again,
the hood and trunk together, what do they call that? They call it the hunk?
If you
the frunk.
Frunk, yeah. So if you again, they have not announced, they have not released any images. We don't know what this truck looks like. But there are a few people out there speculating.
Are they still making the F-150, like the Lightning? Are they still making that?
I don't know.
I would assume they have to compete with companies like Tesla, who are making the Cybertruck, and Rivian's making that truck. I think that like Scout is making one.
All right, dear Google, my
boy.
co-host Alex wants to know if Ford is still making the Lightning. Will you please look that up for me?
And
so Ford has officially discontinued the all-electric F-150 Lightning.
They've officially discontinued it.
Yup. You might still find a limited number of remaining new demo or used units on dealership lots,
Well,
but
yeah.
for the most part, it's going away.
Yarp.
All right, and then next up, and we'll use this to take us into the news break. Maybe you've noticed Burger King's massive rebranding effort where they fired the king, which I thought, I mean, as far as kings goes, as far as kings getting deposed go in history.
As far as food mascots go, I think he got a bad rap.
Well, but he got off easy for being a deposed king because history is not always this kind to deposed kings.
You're either innocent and you're exiled, or you're guilty and you're hung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got away with it. But they fired the king. They said, now you're the king. I was glad to hear that.
You are?
I haven't seen a red cent of it, but they told me I was the king. They still haven't called. But Burger King says they have seen a really, really, really handsome development from this. They say that their earnings per share was up over 8%. Same store sales up to 8.5% increase. You know what McDonald's was? 0.8%.
Oh, so they're growing.
So, yeah,
Way
they're
more
growing.
than,
They're taking they're stealing some market share from the fast food community.
Well, with the GLP-1s and their effect on people not going through the drive-thru nearly as much as we've covered before,
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big number. I will say that they closed a lot here in the state of Utah, including the one that was a stone's throw from me. Like I had one 3.5 minutes away. I'm not going to drive 13 minutes, 14 minutes to Layton to go get a burger.
It is unusual to drive past a bunch of fast food restaurants to get another one. So the Burger King U.S. president, Tom Curtis, told CNBC that they have also benefited not just from the rebranding, but from the deal offerings like a $5 duo and $7 trio.
Yeah, see, these are things I have no clue what they're even talking about.
Let's go try them. Speaking of food, tomorrow we're going to try the new burrito at
the Utah burrito.
The Utah burrito at Cafe Rios. Take us to break.
All right, we've got news, traffic, and weather right now. We'll come back. Let's talk about what the smartphone is actually doing to your DNA. Stay with us. More to go. It's KSL Brightside.
2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Becky Bruce. KSL's top local story this hour. Governor Spencer Cox and U.S. Forest Service Chief Tom Schultz have now signed an $18 million funding agreement to help Beaver County recover from the devastating cottonwood fire. That comes as they tour some of Utah's hardest hit areas this wildfire season and try to understand the most urgent needs in those communities. They also joined local leaders in Kanosh for a briefing on the Widemouth 2 fire, which has burned about 97,000 acres and is 10% contained. We're still keeping an eye on that smoke in Riverdale near the I-84 and I-15 junction. Still no word from fire officials there yet, but eastbound lanes are closed while crews work to slow down the spread of the flames, and we'll continue to bring you the latest. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell's team says he's been discharged from the rehab center where he's been since at least early last month. ABC's Stephen Portnoy here.
McConnell says in this statement that on the advice of his doctors, he'll maintain an intensive regimen of physical therapy from home during the state work period. That's the formal term refers to the August recess. He says he'll continue to engage with his staff and colleagues on important Senate business.
McConnell is 84 years old. The Kentucky governor had demanded the senator provide verbal proof of his health, but we haven't yet heard his response to this newest update. Your money at this moment. The Dow ends the day down 464 points. S&P 500 and NASDAQ are also in negative territory. Coming up, when will the smoke clear out? KSL weather is next. KSL News Time 2:32.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
Alpine Home Medical, we bring wellness home.
Hey folks, Jay Broadbent here from Alpine Home Medical. I've been helping folks breathe easier for 29 years now. Trust me, at my age, I know a thing or two about needing a good night's sleep. Is your CPAP mask old and nasty? Are your masks, filters, or tubing from the pre-COVID era? Or just plain tired of the hassle of ordering supplies yourself? Switch to our resupply program. We handle everything, automatic shipment straight to your door, insurance billing, and expert support. It's quick, easy, and keeps your sleep therapy on track. Doesn't matter where you got your machine from, anyone can join. Head to alpinehomemedical.com, click on the Easy Resupply button. That's alpinehomemedical.com.
Alpine Home Medical, we bring wellness home.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
A closure still in place in Weber County. Eastbound I-84 is closed in the Riverdale area, and if you're southbound to I-15 in Weber County, no traffic allowed to get to eastbound I-84. That ramp is closed. You will need to find an alternate route if you're sitting on I-15 southbound in Weber County. Those delays will start prior to 21st Street in Ogden. Once you're past the I-84 junction, you'll see speeds improve. We're now starting to see a little bit of slowing on the northbound side of I-15, approaching the I-84 junction in Riverdale. But traffic on I-84, if you're wanting to connect to northbound I-15, you can do so. Earn double points on gas and groceries this summer, plus 10,000 bonus points when you open a new Cypress CU Rewards Visa. Learn more at cypresscu.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
We're looking at smoky sunshine through the rest of the afternoon with a high of 100 degrees. Tomorrow looks a lot similar, but we could break a record at 103. Right now, sunny and 97 degrees. I'm Becky Bruce from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Keary.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Keary, and we've been watching that fire on the traffic cameras, and it looks like they're just doing mop-up work now. They've still got, as Ricky told you, they've still got that connector from southbound I-15 down to eastbound 84. That's still closed. But it does look like I'm not seeing any more smoke. It does look like they're probably just mopping it up. So that's good news. It's great news, especially for those structures that are in the area, which seemed to be, for a moment, threatened.
Ooh, fun. So, there was a hummingbird on the traffic camera for a minute. Maybe that's a sign of good things to come.
They they need to do that more often. They need to put little bird feeders on them, or is that the reason why they keep going out on us?
Well, I was gonna say this thing is pretty unreliable right now. Also, could you imagine just like they're all, hey, the traffic cameras, tune into that traffic camera. Do you see traffic? No, I see a huge bird's nest.
So we have a lot of hummingbirds in our yard. Emily keeps a hummingbird feeder outside of her office window, and let me tell you, and she sees the same birds, right? You can tell them by their marking. Some of them are bigger, smaller. They look different. So she can kind of tell them, right? So I'm standing out in the front yard working on, we got these flowers. And we're standing out there, and this hummingbird flies up to Emily, flies and just stops right in front of her face, maybe like a foot away, right? And Emily looks at it, and she said, I already put it out. She said, I already filled it up. Because you fill the bird feeders with that syrup.
Yeah.
So it flew right up to her.
It's Kool-Aid, right?
Like a foot from her face, and she said, I already filled it up. And then it flew away. And it was the weirdest Cinderella moment I've ever seen.
Was she slightly annoyed with it, too? Like, hey, I already filled it up. Like, stop. Come on.
Yeah, like that's her thing.
Like that was her. And
then he
probably knew which one that was, too. She's like, Mikey, get out of here.
And then he flew up to the hummingbird feeder. It was this weird moment. For a brief moment, I thought, can she talk to birds?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right, Millard. We got lots going on still. We got a couple more segments left.
Yeah, we do.
I've got
and I'll tell you what I. Are you
going to audible?
Well, I only wanted to mention because this is something that happened right during the very first part of the show. We carried a minute of a press conference with Governor Cox. But they've got an $18 million recovery plan for the Cottonwood Fire in Beaver. It destroyed 150 structures. Flooding affected 200 homes. It's wiped out roads, things like that. And so the Forest Service is committing to $9.2 million, and then the Utah is matching those funds. And they'll be used to begin repairs to homes, farms, roads, infrastructure damaged by the fire and the aftermath flooding. And $18 million is great, but doesn't sound like very much money.
Does not sound like a lot. I'm trying to imagine how you would get more, though. I mean, like declaring a state of emergency that could probably unlock some funds here and there. And I don't know. I don't know exactly what needs to be done. You know what I mean?
I'm sure this is just an initial amount to get the ball rolling, right?
And what does the $18 million start with? You know what I mean?
Like, what's their first thing?
What do you do with the first check clears? What do you pay for?
So the KSL story here says that it's used to begin repairs to homes, farms, roads, and infrastructure.
So interesting that homes is like, in my mind.
I had that question too about homes.
That they wouldn't touch the homes until until they'd have to. Because then you're working with because they're probably working with insurance companies and whatever. And the state would just be like, "Hey, man, we're just gonna build our stuff."
Can I ask an indelicate question?
Yeah.
Do you think? And I'm asking this just to see. I'm not taking a position here. But if someone had a cabin burned down,
yeah,
that was uninsured. Let's say it was uninsured. Is that something we rebuild?
Are we on the hook to rebuild that
with taxpayer dollars?
Do you think that they have maybe if it's a primary residence?
If it's a primary residence, do you think?
Maybe, because it'd be one thing if it was their short-term rental. You know what I mean? That vacation home.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't insure a vacation home, and us go, yeah, let's rebuild that. I don't know what the bar is to clear. It's not a dumb question to ask because $18 million is $18 million. And I don't think that we typically, like Ethan, my personal tragedy over here, let's say that something bad happened over here. The state doesn't just swoop in and pay for things to rebuild your home.
To go back to normal.
Right, when stuff happens.
And I'm not saying that's where this money's going, but in this story on KSL.com, it says that it is going to be used for, in fact, I just want to know the mechanism for how they decide, let's pull the trigger on this one and not this one. This is the phrase. Utah plans to match those funds, which will be used to begin repairs to homes, farms, roads, and infrastructure damaged by the fire and the flooding.
Match those funds. So the funds.
So $9.2 million from the Forest Service and $9 million from the state of Utah.
Okay. All right. Oh, they're going to match the funds that they're.
Yeah, we're matching. So that's $18 million total.
Yeah, I mean, should see where it goes. I mean, you would imagine. So how many acres were burned in the Cottonwood fire?
Oh, geez.
It's 250,000. It was it was probably half of what the entire total was.
Well, and as far as I know, it's not finished yet. I mean, isn't it still?
I can't remember.
Hold on, I can tell you. I can tell you how much.
But either way, so you got to take care of infrastructure things that are the most like safety based, right? You're talking about, hey, we got to put up these road signs. We got to do this. We got to do this. All that stuff has to be first, right? We got to make sure the road is functional, or we got to make sure this is going, or that people are able to get to emergency services, or telecom. All the stuff that goes into all of it.
We also got another text here. Says that there is a field on fire over at 5600 South near the FedEx building, or 5600 West and the 201. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys! This whole place is going up in smoke.
Ethan is so quick to just say everything's the worst.
So 5600 West and the 201 there, right there. So does someone else see that? 57500. Do it when you stop somewhere. Don't text us while you're driving. But I'd be interested to hear if you're seeing that same thing. But that's what. Now I do see some backups and things a little further on 7200. But let me see where the FedEx is. No, you're thinking 7200 or like 80th West. So it might be that fire there. Anyway, drop us a text 57500, and as usual, we'll chase down the information and get back to you. But I do think though that you're further west than you think you are.
Here's my other question. So that's a big priority fire. Obviously, that was the biggest one. It was the big one
up in Ogden.
No. Sorry, the one down here with the governor.
Back to Cottonwood.
Sorry, I was back to talking about the Cottonwood fire.
Got it.
So what about the fires that don't get any state attention from a money standpoint? You know what I mean? Like the ones that they go, well, our cabin burnt down up there. How come Spencer Cox isn't showing up to cut a check on that? Or how come they're not paying attention to this fire that's up here? You know what I mean?
That's a fair question.
That's what I'm wondering is like, I get it because you have to make sure and take care of your own here. But maybe it's because it's got the biggest footprint and it has the biggest chunk of stuff that has to get fixed.
Yeah.
Not just homes and things like that, but also
infrastructure,
like actual infrastructure.
Yeah, that was a big enough fire that it did really disrupt a lot. And again, I'm not saying that they're going to use this money to rebuild people's cabins, but I just noticed that language that was in the story. That's all I noticed. I noticed that language that was in the story. And so, maybe there are some repairs that could be made to homes and farms that would fall within an emergency response scenario, that we've already kind of established. I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
But I guess we'll just have to see.
I didn't even look up here for a second. We gotta take a break. We'll come back. We have more around the corner. We have our AI question of the day. We'll get you ready for Utah's afternoon news as well and get you all situated with that. Obviously, lots of breaking traffic news and the like. So more to go. Stay right here with us. It is KSL Brightside.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth. But here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Ready to win big this week? Head to KSL.com/win and enter for your chance to score some amazing prizes. You could win tickets to see the Utah Royals or Real Salt Lake, catch the Disney Worlds Collide concert tour, or rock out at Aerofest featuring Styx and Chicago at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. That's just the start. There are even more great prizes up for grabs. Enter today at KSL.com/win. And good luck.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Risa can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI. Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, a gripping new 9-part investigative podcast about a serial killer you've probably never heard of, Warren Forrest, a sadistic predator who prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He hid behind the deeds of Ted Bundy, and he's only been convicted of 2 murders, but is suspected of many more. Since the release of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, a witness identified in the podcast could lead investigators to the remains of Jamie Grissom.
He ran into the woods. He said he stumbled. As he fell down, he looks up and sees the body of a young woman.
And now the FBI is testing forensic evidence that had been collecting dust for decades. This cold case is now red hot. Binge the entire season of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley right now, wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest breaking news.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. The majority of victims know their attacker. It could be your friend, your neighbor, or someone you met at a party. If you said no, it's rape, and it's a crime. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline today at 1-800-656-HOPE or visit rain.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by RAIN and this station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Keary. And Alex, we do have confirmation. There is a fire on the 201 freeway, just off the 201 freeway near the FedEx building in Magna. That's about 7200 west. It's burning in a field south of the 201. It looks like it's slowing down traffic. Probably just
everybody's just looking at it. Yep.
Looky-loo slowdown. So don't do that. But it does look like a pretty impressive grass fire is burning a section there. We can see it on the traffic cameras. So watch out for that. If your commute is going to take you onto the 201, you're going to want to watch out for emergency vehicles. You're going to want to watch out for looky-loos, and hopefully that fire doesn't creep up to the freeway like it did up in Ogden. We've already dealt with this once today, and that is the ramp from southbound I-15 to eastbound 84 is still closed because of a fire right there by the what did we decide that was? The America First Corporate Center, the
yes.
First Credit Union Corporate Center, just right there, burning up in the trees, and then it skipped over the road, started burning in the median, stayed away from the neighborhood on the east side, thankfully, and it looks like fire crews have got a good handle on that, but now we're right back into it on the 201 freeway. So if you are heading along the 201, you're going to be able to see that on the south side of the road near the FedEx building at 7200 South. Whew. What do you think about this, Alex?
It's been quite a day. It's like Ethan with his manifesting of talking about fires, and then, of course, during our show, what do we have?
Fires.
A couple big ones right here in the valley.
Constant
it's
fires.
One thing to have, like, hey, a fire started, and then you fill in the blank with a small town. The fire gets a name that you've never heard of at a campground that you've never set foot on or eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
It's another to be like, yeah, the FedEx building out there in Magna. You know, the one you drive by every day? Or, hey, Riverdale Road, you've driven past there 1 million times, shut down because of that fire. It's right next to an actual business. So these are things that, of course, we always keep our eyes on and make sure that we're trying to keep everyone safe out there. But, man, it's tough.
You know who's gonna have a cool view of that fire? Airplanes on approach to Salt Lake International. They're gonna have a cool view of that fire.
Hey, cool fire. You think that's what they're saying right now? How dare you?
I mean, I don't want to sound heartless, but sometimes fires are cool to see.
We were blown away by how tall those flames were up at Riverdale Road. I mean, we were like, oh, boy, those are huge.
Yeah,
so
there's
certainly a spectacular thing that goes along with some of these fires. Sometimes you can't believe how quickly those things will take off. And so, Millard, of course, it's that time of the day for us here to be able to jump into our AI question of the day. So let's just jump right in right now.
When Google just isn't enough and thinking for yourself is just too hard, here's your AI question of the day.
Yeah. All right. Alex, there are a number of directions we could go with the AI question of the day.
Oh, I've got an AI question of the day, but there was also something I thought that you should bring up still because I kind of. By the way, I did have a friend weigh in and say that Burger King that used to be by your house is now a Thirst. And I've noticed. Don't think I haven't noticed. I would love to pretend like, I haven't seen it. I might drive by the Thirst and get 1 million pounds of pretzels.
I'll tell you what's interesting about these fires today. And I don't know why I'm making this connection.
I don't know.
Because one of the things that we were going to talk about is how tanning beds have taken off again.
Yeah.
As a thing that young people are doing.
When I was in high school, it was huge. And again, we lived in a place where the sun didn't come out a lot. Okay? I grew up in gloomy Seattle in high school, which is where I was. But the girls at our high school were like, we don't have sun here. I'm going to the tanning bed. And it was a big time deal. You had to have the monthly subscription to the local tanning bed, and they were there all the time. Despite the fact that even in 1996, we were all going, that's not good for you.
So commercial tanning beds, do you know how much more UV light than the sun they can emit? How much more?
I don't know.
10 times as much UV light as the sun. In fact, the DNA mutation rate in tanning bed users, because that's where you get cancer, right? The DNA mutation rate in tanning bed users is more than double those of non-users whose only exposure is the sun. And really, that's what delivers melatonin.
Do you think
not melatonin?
Melatonin.
Melanoma.
Hey, everybody, you want to fall asleep in the tanning bed? Why don't you take a couple of melatonin, and your melatonin's going to be your melanin is going to be dialed up to another level.
So we are in a phase right now, and we have a nickname for Gen Z. It is the I need to touch the stove generation. And this is where the tanning beds come
it is
into
part
play.
of that. Because remember, somebody goes, because there was an uptick in actual cigarette smoking. Remember this?
Yeah.
And tanning bed use. And I went, what are we back in 1996, 1995? Get some cigarettes and some tanning beds. And you go, why are you doing this? Because I need to feel something, Ethan.
Would you have ever guessed that you would have a whole generation of people that would stop getting their vaccinations and start smoking and going to tanning beds? I mean, that has all happened. But Gen Z adults are more likely to believe misconceptions about tanning. So tanning industry advocates and influencers
Tanning industry
have been very, very active on social media.
What are you? I'm a tanning influencer.
Mm-hmm. They're tanning influencers. And Gen Z adults are more likely to believe those misconceptions, and they're more likely to use a tanning bed. And that's what has brought about this renaissance of tanning in tanning.
You coming into the tanning bed this week? No, I'm not going to make it. I got the measles. Same concept, right? Ethan, really, if you have the measles in 2026, you're also likely to have the same brain that will go to the tanning bed, I feel like.
Alex, among the things that people fall for on social media, and this is part of the reason why tanning beds have become popular again, is number one, that tanning beds UV exposure won't give you cancer. But you know what will give you cancer, according to these TikTokers? Sunscreen will give you cancer.
Yeah.
Which is so amazing to me.
The squishies, the benzene and the squishies.
That someone would stand there in 2026 and say, no, you know, the UV doesn't give you cancer. What really gives you cancer is the sunscreen.
Could you imagine this conversation? And we're going like this. And our grandparents are going, I told you, you guys are idiots. I told you guys, and we're like, no, I'm an early millennial.
You know what we need? You know what we need to do? You know what we need to introduce into the market?
What?
We got to do this. Brondo, the thirst mutilator.
it's what plants
crave.
Time.
It's time.
I knew it. It's got electrolytes.
We're ready.
Oh no,
we're ready for
We've turned into idiocracy completely. Welcome to Costco. I love you. I do want to say I did ask Copilot a question.
Okay,
ready?
Let's hear
it. I said, first of all, are people visiting tanning beds more often now than they did in the past? They said, yes, there has been a large spike in the tanning industry. I just like the term tanning industry.
Okay.
Tanning beds, and I said, okay, so have tanning beds gotten more safe as technology has improved over the years? The short answer is, this is according to AI, a little safer in some ways, but actually not safe. Okay?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you want
no.
to hear how they got safe?
Let's hear.
Better timers and controllers. Modern beds are less likely to cause accidental exposure because of more precise session limits. So the timers are better. The timer goes off.
Well, I'm convinced.
The timer goes off better. All right? To tell you to turn over or to get out. Improved lamp technology. Some newer beds are designed to produce more UVA and less UVB, which could reduce burning. By the way, nothing convincing here, right?
No.
Regulation and warnings. The warning signs are bigger. Many places now require stronger warnings, age restrictions, and operator training. Oh, as opposed to just throwing people in the bed and putting a big rubber band around it and going, good luck in there. So UV is still harmful. Many tanning beds emphasize that UVA because the tanning beds that have, because it's less immediate burning, but UVA does penetrate deeper into the skin and contributes to wrinkles, immune system changes, and skin cancer. The risks remain. So there you go.
There you go.
Becky Bruce standing in on Utah's Afternoon News. Stay tuned right here.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 3 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Becky Bruce in for Jeff Kaplan. Right now, you've got sunny skies, a little bit smoky, 99 degrees. KSL's top story. The areas of Utah that have been hardest hit this fire season are getting a little bit more support after Governor Cox and U.S. Forest Service Chief Tom Schultz toured the region today. KSL News Radio's Heather Peterson is live with the details. Heather?
Becky, Governor Cox and Chief Schultz started off today by signing an $18 million funding agreement to help Beaver County recover from the devastating Cottonwood fire. The $9 million from the U.S. Forest Service and $9 million from the state are supposed to help the county rebuild their damaged infrastructure not only after the fire, but the flooding along the burn scar that followed. The tour continued in Millard County, where the governor spoke about how these recovery efforts are not just a sprint, but also a marathon, and one where these communities will need continued support.
To the communities of Kanasha, Meadow, Fillmore, to our Native American friends, we're here not just now, but when everybody's home resting and have forgotten about you, we will not have forgotten about you.
These communities continue to battle the Widemouth 2 fire, which as of last night was only 10% contained after burning 92,000